We're live. Welcome in, everybody.
See how easy that was?
It was. How we all doing? Oh, I got you my hat.
Man.
How we all doing? Let me grab this. What's up, Sidious? Good day. Yes, indeed. Thank you for stopping in. And by stopping in, I hope you stay. Zamian, what's going on? Sarcastic Grandpa. All of these crazy mixed up kids and my chats are set and up and we're here. There it is. Crow stuff, what's going on? We're painting up some Zynvaded today. Avian, how's it going? Frank, Cairo, Richard, Big Mike, what's up, Big Mike? K Shorties. How we all doing today? We got Gabe off to the that would be my right, which would be my stage left, technically.
That would be...
And which mic are you? You're sitting on that one, which is here, which I had to adjust for Jason.
Because you and Jason are looking at each other, I'm on different sides of both of you.
Technically, yeah. So you're on his. That would be his stage left.
Whose stage is whose?
Well, it's his stage.
But is
That's
are
the
you
stage.
Are you on the producer stage?
No, he's on the stage. I am behind the curtain.
Is it dueling stages?
Who invited him?
Emerson, Oakland Fury, Lumberjack. I had D&D last night and missed the end of the stream. Who got picked? Somebody did. Just finished my last day at the job. Oh, Big Mike. Just finished my last day at my job. Says Big Mike.
Big Mike will be here.
That's right.
This is his new job.
This is it.
Big Mike joining the Monument team.
That's right. Big Mike in chat.
Welcome aboard, my friend.
Cats, what's going on?
Don't get too excited, Mike. You got to come meet these fools in person.
Yeah, we had a fun day today.
So today, I told Chris
Yep.
that I was going to take a little bit of time out of the office
Yes, sir.
and that he was in charge.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did.
That's right.
Right?
No. Let me rephrase. He told the entire leadership team that I was in
I told
charge.
everybody.
Yeah.
I told everybody Chris was in charge.
That's right.
Good luck, have fun, don't die. And then I turned off all my communications and I let it happen.
Yeah.
And then when I turned back my communications, the first thing I see from Chris is that the first thing he wanted to do was buy a $100,000 camera. So he submitted a purchase order that he said had to be handled with all due haste.
ASAP was the verbiage I used.
Same thing. So he said handle this with all due haste. And it was $92,800 camera.
That was just the kit. We still need to get a lens.
And that's how it started. And then he followed that up with popsicles for everyone.
Big jump. Big, a lot of emotions in that second jump.
So I really want to drive home the fact that what the absolute hell is happening around here where that's how the company is run when I'm not around. The first thing they do is spend all the cash.
Martial law.
They spend all... That's not what martial law is.
No, it's my
But
martial law.
we need some training here.
That's all right.
That's what my day has been, chat.
Cairo says popsicles are king. That's correct.
Okay, wait.
If it was 6 minutes ago, I could have hired you on the spot.
But at 2 o'clock, he had to revoke or hand back the torch.
I did.
So he's supposed to submit forms in triplicate
Yes.
of everything that happened.
It was a very interesting day for my reporting, so...
So anyway, Mike, I don't think there's any money left for you.
Funny what money can do.
But other than that, we have
Welcome to the team.
popsicles. We can pay in popsicles, it appears.
They might be melted when you get here, but hey.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because we can't afford the electric bill for the refrigerator
Yeah,
because we have a $100,000 camera for some reason
But
now.
dang, our painting is gonna look mighty fine.
You needed to buy another camera for that to happen?
Well, not just any camera.
Oh, Jesus.
Finally making it over from... Oh, hey, welcome in. Good afternoon, Tech Elf.
Going on, Tech Health?
I do it for the love of the hobby, says Big Mike. Okay.
Good.
We'll get that in
We're
writing.
going to need that in writing.
Drains and Gaming. What's going on? Thank you for that sub. We appreciate it. Kyra says, need company psychologist. I could F with some popsicles, especially the rocket ones.
A company psychologist?
I guess so.
Do you work for free? Because we need some of what you sell. We just can't pay for it because we have a camera.
Yeah.
And our current therapist has no batteries.
We can't even afford the batteries
that
for
is
our
the
therapist
title.
anymore.
That is the title of our stream today. Our therapist batteries ran out.
Therapist has no batteries.
So there is no Therapy Thursday. Well, it is, but it's kind of ad hoc.
Uh-huh.
It's me saying what I say.
Oh, it actually is. That's actually the name of our stream. Our therapist batteries ran out.
That's what I'm saying.
So Chris
See
only
how I did
lies on the other days.
Yeah.
He doesn't lie on Thursday.
That's awesome.
Chris typically tries to tell the truth on Thursday. I
Yeah.
don't know why, but Thursdays are the truth day. Not sure.
Okay, shorties. The camera is for the next time Jason says zoom in and we can actually watch the individual pigments in action. It's definitely going to be very high quality. Linus Rex, what's a good color workup for woodland camo? Want to get started on my Gravediggers.
Woodland camo. I mean, dark camo green for the leaves. You could use black green for some of the backdrop and yellow greens, depending on how you like the base fabric color. Then browns would be like, an umber. Even warm brown would work, and then black, I think. Pretty well laid out.
Sure, what's going on? And Jason, how does that make you feel?
I have no feelings.
There you go.
They've all been sucked out of my smallest orifice.
Dang.
We had to sell his feelings to pay for the camera.
Yeah.
Worth it!
I can't afford feelings. I have to buy a $100,000 camera that somebody placed a PO for when I left the responsible parties in charge today.
Definitely worth it.
I guess the store fixtures I went looking at for the experience center aren't going to be able to be purchased.
That's okay. We'll put the stuff on the floor.
Yeah, we'll just make towers of it.
And we can film us putting it.
And people have to
on
pull
the floor.
product out like a Jenga tower.
Yeah.
And
there you go.
do it quick so that everything else doesn't fall.
That's cool. A
Yeah.
little bit of immersion in your purchase.
Yeah.
Okay. You're 10 minutes late. Otherwise, I could have approved that. Hello, Chris, Jason, and Jabe. Love your faces. What's up, Wad?
Jason, what are you wearing right now?
Yeah, show. I was literally just about to say that. Show off that shirt, baby. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that shirt. That's so good looking.
Sexy.
Shout out to our creative team.
Sexy.
That
very,
looks
very
great.
sexy.
I really like that shirt.
This is fast becoming my favorite shirt.
It's dope. What's up, Patrick? Chris,
Very
you're
cool
fired.
shirt. Like, Jen got it in the navy blue, and I'm very jealous because it's a really sharp shirt in navy blue.
I'm wearing it in
Gabe's
green.
got it in the olive green right now, and it looks great.
I mean,
I like the
Looks
green.
great.
it's okay. It's Gabe, though, so it's hard to tell.
That's a Christmas shirt.
It's true.
It's on Gabe. It's hard to tell.
Wow. Dang.
He's really going after your throat today.
Oof. I went to
got
the
that
gym
in
today.
green. Nice.
This morning I woke up early for the
Good morning,
first
good
time in
day.
over a year.
I like it. I'm glad I asked for that in Navy, says Ryan.
It's
I'm
really
I'm
good in
telling ya.
navy.
Nicole officially asks for the T-shirt in pink, says Ghost Hunter.
Got to fight Jen.
No.
Gotta
Ryan
fight
says
Jen
I'd
for
wear
all
pink.
things
I'm sure
pink.
you would, Ryan. Alberto says, hello, cheers from Mexico. What's going on?
Hello.
Welcome in.
What part of Mexico? We're in Arizona, so we could be neighbors.
Super duper John, what's going on, my man? Spin says, question about one-step and contrast paints in general. Do you ever use multiple tones of the same color on a model, say graphite gray and bright slate gray, or blue and dark blue?
Sure. Nothing to prevent you from doing so.
Or is it entirely the underpainting that changes the value?
Well, the underpainting changes the value, but you can use them as standard paints too, and do a light version and a dark version, and get variations in not only value but in tone quality based on what the underpainting is. They're kind of magical in that sense because they kind of leach a little bit of the base color into them from a mix standpoint. But they also can be used, for value sketches kind of on their own. The one thing that I try to tell people is that much like working with watercolor, you're going to want to get used to painting your bright colors first and then going over them with your dark colors, as opposed to what we do in our normal painting, which is paint the dark color and then put the light color over the top. With things that are less opaque, like one step, you're going to need to get used to doing the light color first. And that can be a little hard to learn, but it really shouldn't cause you too much issue. If you were going to do like the bright slate gray, like you were talking about, and then graphite gray, you could do the complete model with bright slate gray and then come back over the top of that into your shadow areas with the graphite gray and get a really, really cool looking model. It's just that they aren't opaque enough to put the bright color over the dark one. So that's where you got to be careful. For those out there who paint a lot of watercolor, you can be like, I can put my dark color down first with watercolor. You most certainly can. You're using like paste watercolors at that point. I'm talking about traditional, what people understand as watercolor.
Yep. Michael Holtz says, last night I put my first coat of One Step on an Ire Warriors kill team. Sweet.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Hope you're liking it. And yes, for somebody who's asking, that is a little knife in the dice. He stabbed it because it's bad, is what you're asking, and I'm assuming so.
It rolled one too many ones.
But it was stabbed on a 3, so maybe he needed a 4. Old Gamer, hello. Which green is that you're using for the most part, or is it a mix?
This is simply dark camo green as a base, and then yellow green glazed over the top. There's just two colors there. Dark camo green and then yellow green, and then I'm going to go back over the top and do the edge highlighting with it to get the chips and everything once I do the chipping on it. We'll go back over that with a brighter green, maybe faded green or bright pale green, something like that. I'm not going to go bright yellow green. I'm going to go back to a more faded or desaturated green.
Woot Smash says, question about the red transparent. I'm doing the challenge of mixing it in, and mixing it in makes the paint glossy. Any suggestions for matting it down?
Mixing what in makes it glossy?
Our red transparent paint?
We switched it over to bold pyro red.
Yeah, but transparent paints don't make anything glossy.
No. Shake them up better.
Yeah.
They're matte. So if they've been sitting for a long time and you haven't used them, then you might get some gloss out of it, but you need to shake them up, then they become matte. They can, depending on how you thin them. The more you thin matte colors, the more they will move towards being a transparent satiny finish with the transparent colors. So even when you mix them in with opaque colors, they could make it a little more satiny. You can just knock that back with matte varnish if you have it.
Eric's asking what the best use case is for expert acrylics. Also, thank you for producing great paints.
Awesome, thank you. The expert acrylics are really just the same. They're kind of like the what would we call the point of truth for Pro Acryl, because they are how we make all of our Pro Acryl colors. They're just not diluted, right? They just don't come in fluid form. So when you say what's the best use case, painting, anything, you just paint with them. Treat them like the regular paints and paint with them. They're going to be thicker viscosity because they're a paste paint, but you just use them the same way. You can thin them down with water and mediums and use them the same. The only thing I don't really recommend is trying to use them for airbrushing, just because you'll spend a lot of time, getting your medium set to be able to airbrush with them, only to really have been better off just using a liquid paint, so you don't have to spend so much time thinning them out.
Yep. Cool, Eric. I think that answers your question.
They're all the same fine art, high grade quality paints as regular Pro Acryl. even more so. You will find that with just a little bit of thinning, they do great for glazing and filters. Very, very powerful paints, very high saturation. Totally different world when painting with them because you're able to start from what the real raw style of paint is.
He was just talking about that, Eric, best way to thin the paints for miniatures. And I would say water.
Yeah. Water, mediums, whatever you're comfortable
Mediums, water, all that stuff.
I just use water on my brush for everything that you see me doing here, so.
Is there a primary cyan in the one step? Primary cyan.
No. No, the blue is the closest thing you'll get, just the standard blue. So you could use the blue and the warm yellow and the scarlet red from set 2 if you wanted to do CMYK. You're going to just do blue, yellow, red, right? Which if you look at a lot of artists, they use blue, yellow, red instead of CMY. You just won't be able to get to a true magenta with blue, yellow, red.
Let's see. Mr. Prinsky says, I'm planning to test a workflow for leather where I paint values first, then light and brighter areas with scratches. Do you recommend using one step or transparents with this kind of technique? He just did that yesterday on this guy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I use the transparent brown. The warm brown one step can do, but by the time you thinned it to really get the application that you want, the transparent brown might work better, right? Because you're painting it for small areas when you're doing that. That's how the pouches are done on here. So when you look at how I've done that, that was all dark umber, light umber, olive flesh to do the texture of the cracked leather, and I did that on all of these. It was a real garish contrast on them, and then I just brush a little water into transparent brown to put it over the top, and it gets me perfect leather every time. I really love doing it that way.
Swifter Bear says, I'm having some issues with bubbles on my one-step crimson. What am I doing wrong that could be causing that? I'm shaking them for 30 to 45 seconds like I normally do, but bubbles are appearing on application.
A lot of it is just how rough you're applying the paint. You're inputting air into the process by smacking it onto the model. They're a little more susceptible than that, the normal paints, due to the lower viscosity. It won't hurt to have them there. The bubbles will dry out and you won't have a problem with it. The only time you'll see a problem with it is if the bubbles are in like crevices. It can be a problem.
30 to 45 seconds of shaking.
I mean, I don't shake them that long.
That seems a little bit long, Swifter Bear.
But it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
You can shake them however long you want. It's really the application of paint. You know, like you want to glom them on, but you don't want to just pound them on there. You'll find that the easier are, like a lot of people with the one step I see trying to be more painterly, like actually paint them on with a lot of pressure on the brush. And that will put air bubbles in it. You know, there's air trapped between the filaments on your brush, just like there is paint. And so as you're pressing, you'll put air out. These paints are just more susceptible to it than your normal acrylics. It's happening like with the paint I'm using right now. It's just not going to cause any bubbles to occur. But like I said, I don't worry about it. You'll notice that the bubbles evaporate and don't cause a problem. Except in the areas where it may go into a recess and the bubble prevents paint from going in the recess. So when the bubble evaporates, no paint is where you expected it. So you just have to be careful to get them out of the low spots with your brush. Just move them around and you're fine.
Jeff Brando says, thank you, Chris, for not banhammering me for my vehicle comment. I'm always very close to that button. Very close. I don't do it. Don't just say something is a vehicle and then put a link in there, because I will ban you immediately. Unless it's a link to monumenthobbies.com. Or one of these links. Kablinger.
Slinky.
That's the car going by.
That was a Doppler effect. Really sad attempt at doing a Doppler effect. Oh my god.
I don't know how to do links, says Jeff Brando. Well, you're in luck, because I'll do those for you. Old guy problems. Jeff Brando, you can do it.
I love how it's old guy problems. Giving us old guys a bad name, man. We know how to use technology. What are you talking about?
Oh, Mo's asking me if I smell toast. Mo,
Almonds.
you're silly.
He
And I
smells
laugh at
almonds.
you. Quidon, slinky, yum, yum, yummy, says Super Duper John. Good. You passed the test.
Ugh.
I've
Quit it,
infiltrated.
people. Stop egging him on.
I've infiltrated your minds.
Stop egging him on.
And just remember, Proa Grill's the way.
That you can agree with him on.
Is a Segway a vehicle? 1,000% Gilborn. For somebody who was asking earlier, this is from Zynvaded, the 2-player starter set. So if you are interested, you can go over there and check them out. Twisty Farmer says, I really like painting with a smaller brush. Okay. 20/0, but I have to go to the palette often. Do you have any tips for moving to a larger brush? Great question.
Buy one, use it.
Buy one, use it.
Literally, did you just say that you're painting with a 20-aught brush?
Twisty Farmer. That is itty bitty. Is it 20-0?
Yeah, that's
Logan.
Holy.
I know
dude.
you. That's impressive that you have the patience.
Yeah, and I totally understand, because it will not hold enough paint load to do you any good. So, we use like the 10-aught is the smallest in our lineup.
That's awesome.
And that's because it's the smallest brush that I can stand to use to, hold any kind of paint on. Because it just dries too quick, like you're experiencing. I think that your best bet is probably to move up, through from probably like to a 00001.
Oh, it's like a scripting brush. Interesting.
Yeah, it's just too small. It's not meant for what we're doing.
You
The reality is you want the biggest brush you're comfortable using. So like when you see me using a size 4, size 5, size 3, you'll get to a point where that will be the only brush you really need. And the smaller brushes are reserved for literally when you can't fit your larger brush where you're trying to paint. When you really start looking at it. That's the way you need to start, attacking it, is that, go with a bigger brush so that you can contain more paint in the belly. And then as you're painting, you just need something that holds a good tight point so that you're never painting with the entirety of that big brush. You're just painting with the tip or the side of the tip or the side of the barrel if you're doing highlights. And you won't miss anything, right? The brushes I'm using here have just as tight a tip as any of the 10 and 20-aught brushes. I may not be able to do, like that tiny, tiny script stuff with them. I'd have to get out like our X10 or something. But I can do very, very small detailing with the brushes that I'm working with here. And it works great.
Whoa, double T. Take it easy there. It's a family show. Plastic Priest says, any tips for getting good depth in a very dark human skin tones? My attempts are either too drab or not enough melanin. Question.
For me, I start with colors like black brown, and then start working in things like shadow flesh or advanced flesh tone into the black brown. And those two colors alone can do all of your heavy lifting on darker skin tones. You might use some dark flesh if you're doing something that's more Middle Eastern, needs a little bit more red in it. But for what we're typically doing, I think that those work great. They give you the the ability to create anything. And black brown is such a fantastic skin tone color for that dark shadow. But then what you're wanting to make sure of is that you don't upset that darkness too much as you go into your highlights. It's like painting black, like when you're painting black cloth. The mistake most people make is they go too bright. And you can use filters and things to bring it back down, which is not a problem. And you can do that with flesh too. It's a little harder with flesh because you're trying to keep those nuanced colors in there. The pinkish tones still exist, right? There's still red blood under the skin. The yellowish tones for highlights and areas with fat. The pinkishness in the palms. You know, you're still going to want those standard colors that we refer to as being Caucasian skin tones. You know, there really isn't. There's just various shades of brown. Nobody's black. Nobody's white. There are various shades of brown and pinks and yellows and things that we paint with. And those are just finding the right balance of what you're trying to accomplish. And, you know, for darker skin tones, starting with black brown, adding in, you know, dark flesh into it if you're looking for those red tones, like I said, shadow flesh, advanced flesh tone, things like that. And you can almost, like with shadow flesh, I love it because you can work shadow flesh to where by the time you are at almost pure shadow flesh, that's just your highlight for dark flesh. Now, you might want to go a little bit more yellow if it's outdoors in the sun or something like that, right? So, and then how much shine and sweat are you trying to put on it? Because then you could go to a brighter, paler color like olive flesh or something like that for the shine on the skin if you were looking to do that. Same way that you would highlight any other skin tone if it were wet, sweaty, you know, indirect sunlight, things of that nature.
To get a wash consistency, is the recipe 50-50 paint to glaze wash medium?
I typically do more. You know, there's no silver bullet answer. You can make a wash with 50-50 and then like 1 part water, 1 part glaze wash medium, 1 part paint will make a wash. That wash will have quite a bit of coverage, meaning that it will be more impactful than you might want it to be. So I typically start somewhere more in the 4 or 5 to 1, you know, 5 drops of glazed wash to a drop of paint and then a little bit of water, and that'll make it a wash, and then it'll have more less opacity, right? More transparency. Because I like going a little more transparent and then doing multiple layers to get where I want, rather than when I'm mixing mediums in trying to get the right thing right out of the gates. Because if it's too opaque and you put it on the model, now you've screwed things up. You have to go back and paint all your undercoat colors again. And so I prefer to try to keep it less opaque when I'm mixing. So I add more medium, more water, more dilution. Doing all warm grays here on the pressure suit.
Shadowcast, sorry that happened to your fingers. You burnt your fingers at work, and now I'm having a hard time. Interesting.
That
so sorry to hear that.
Like painful?
Yeah.
That sucks. How'd you burn them? I'm mixing the bright warm gray with the warm gray. Get kind of a medium in-between color.
Lumberjack says, last year I went to the Frazetta Museum and noticed a lot of greens and blues in the flesh tones.
Yep.
The other Friday I went to Philadelphia Art Museum and the Philadelphia Art Academy and noticed a lot of blues and greens in those more refined portraits as well.
Yep.
Just like underneath?
Well, I mean, they didn't have flesh tone pigments to work from. I mean, Frazetta did.
Oh, yeah.
Frazetta did, but the old masters didn't.
Yep.
You know, they were working from... You have to remember, too, that we see a world through an entirely different light than the masters did. They didn't have fluorescent lights. Mm-hmm. They didn't have all the electricity and the way that we have our lighting nowadays in our normal life. People forget that. So, you know, I'm sure the world looked a lot different with more desaturated colors, more natural light, you know, the warmth of the light being different. But yeah, in a very painterly aspect, there's a lot of opportunity for greens, blues. That's why we do purple and the red underpainting and letting those show through. That's the kind of reason that I really love those. He uses a lot of yellows, Frazetta, Boris Vallejo, you know, cool. All of these people will use a lot more rich colors in the skin. Oranges, yellows, greens. Some of it kind of looks jaundiced some of the time. The way there's a yellow green and then like blue shadow. Sometimes it doesn't look healthy, but the person is like Conan, is this healthy warrior. So sometimes it's juxtaposed with what you think healthy skin looks like, but it really does tell a story. Like it has environmental coloring in there, things like that. So some really interesting things you can do. Don't ever limit your palette to just being like, oh, flesh tones are just what says flesh on the bottle. That's like the biggest disservice you can do. Play around.
Ooh, Shadowcast says a hot pipe off of pool plasma.
Oh.
Caught on reflex.
Yikes.
Plasma cutter. Oh,
yikes!
Okay.
Plasma cutter.
Yikes! Ouchie! So sorry to hear that.
That's more than just a burn.
Yeesh.
Probably.
Mr. Pern says, "What do you think that Mini's armor's made of?"
I'm just going with some sort of composite or metal.
Yeah, it's like a metal shell.
Yeah, it's a softer sculpt, but it still has like screw rivet points on it. So I'm assuming it's metal.
Pieces of soda
of some sort.
Pieces of soda.
It's just the sculpt itself is very almost like hand done. It has a soft edge to all of it.
Yeah.
I've been saying that I really like that because it gives me the feel of the old French sci-fi, like Mobius.
I think it's what he mentioned in chat yesterday. Was that the original models
were hand sculpted, and then they
sculpted.
started using ZBrush.
Yeah.
So I think these
Super
ones
cool.
are hand sculpted.
Super cool.
TK was saying that he thought you were painting Ninja Turtles at first.
Yeah, they have a Ninja Turtle vibe with like this big shell on the back. They're like insects, right? They're very insectoid because they have multiple limbs. And then they have this kind of carapace style armor. So yeah, they have a unique vibe going on for sure. All of the characters have got the multi-limb insectoid thing, and one of the races, the Terra, are insects that they had enslaved, so they actually are bugs, so there's a reason for that. So some really interesting stuff happening.
They bolted on pieces of Warhammer models from the house they landed at, says Big Mike.
Well, I don't know. I would assume they have their own armor. I mean, they came through space to attack us.
I don't know.
They did come with these guns, so you'd think they'd have some kind of armor.
Yeah, there's more narrative in the book and all that. Which, by the way, their code is still active. He made sure to tell me. He sent me an email.
Oh, nice.
Saying that make sure to let everybody know today that the code is still active. You can put in code Monument when you buy anything from their site. We have
cool.
We have no skin in the game with them. I don't want to make it seem like we're, but I really like supporting indie developers, and they've got some really cool stuff happening.
Yeah,
so.
go give them check out Zynvaded.com.
And once I get mine, Jason, we'll have to give the game a go.
Yeah.
Squash some bugs. Did you get any, Chris?
Mm-mm. I'll use yours.
Chris doesn't play games.
You gonna use mine?
Yeah.
What do you mean? No.
Chris doesn't play games.
I don't think I stuttered.
No.
What are the 3 colors this month? It's Jade, Faded Plum, and Bull Pyro Red.
Yep. And then white and black.
Yes, then white and black. Yep. Enzero, thank you so much for that sub. We appreciate it. Skinner, we got 90 stream streak. Wad 45, Sarcastic Grandma 390.
Sarcastic
Woo!
Grandma?
Grandpa.
You just said Grandma.
I might have. I like
So
Sarcastic
it's
Grandpa.
Sarcastic Grandma now. That's
You
a
should
thing.
change your name. I'm trying to get the ideas for the bus to do. Yeah, that's what they are. AMG Dallas, what's going on?
What's up, Dallas? I had to try to go figure out how to carry all of Dallas's stuff at our upcoming store today.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't even think he knows about it.
Dallas.
Ooh.
Did you hear, Dallas? Technical question about transparent white and black also allowed. Oh. Are you asking if you can use transparent white and black?
No.
Just
I mean,
black.
technically, yeah, you can use any white and black, I guess.
Technically and legally.
I guess I got to say yes to that.
Dallas is like, what?
Yeah.
We're opening up an experience center here at the building with a studio in it that you've been in. And yeah, one of the things that we're doing is we're going to bring on your stuff, I guess. I guess.
Cambot, 9 months.
I guess.
Sarcastic Grandpa says, Chris, you're fired. We got to get Mr. How is it that we have not gotten a Mr. Spacely toy recording yet?
Like from Spacely Sprockets?
No, from the Jetsons.
That's Spacely Sprockets, by the way.
Oh, I didn't hear that part of that, and I have no idea what that is. You're fired. Isn't that what he says? That's the right guy? I'm trying to remember. I'm asking for help here. It is Mr. Spacey. Okay. Do people want to experience me, says Dallas? I don't know about that one. If I'm looking to airbrush, which is a better thinner? One Step Special Sauce or Glaze and Wash Medium? Is there a best use case for both of them, or do they perform similarly with the airbrush?
I have to be honest. I think One Step Special Sauce is your go-to now. Historically speaking, I would have said that the Glaze Wash Medium was my favorite airbrush inclusion. But now that we've made One Step, it's better. It's less viscous, so it will, meaning that it is runnier. And by being so, it just has a much better initial hit and increasing the flow and making everything feel right through the airbrush. It's just great. There's no other way to say it. It's the right choice.
I'm curious if either of you solo game, not video games, and if you do, what do you like? I actually will probably be buying the Slay the Spire set at some point. And I would totally play that solo.
The board game?
Yeah, because I played so many hours of that game on video games that I would love to paint those minis and be able to do it physically. I think it'd be fun. If I was going to do it. Besides that, I don't do any other solo gaming like that.
I have not ventured into that. I have written a rule set for a solo game and what it might feel like to play against, what we'll call AI in in a tabletop game. Because I've played some games that have AI that are like what's it called? Co-op board games with AI, and I've never been 100% satisfied with what automated actions look like. So I've thought about that quite a bit, but I haven't really taken on any other games that are built for that.
Oh, Lumberjack says Demon Ship. I've heard about that one.
Used to, as a kid, play Ogre.
Simone Justice says,
and try to make that solo.
Works well with others. Okay. Yes, Simone Justice. I've heard the Slay the Spire game is fun. I'll have to check it out. I do want to paint those minis. It'd be fun. Gilborn says, kids went back to school today. It's been quiet at home for the first time in months. Gilborn, you're going to be happy when we open this. I know you're a local.
I can't wait.
Can't wait to get you in here. Jason, we could have a studio audience at some point.
We could, yeah, we could.
We'd have to move some tables around, but
We'd have to figure out how to make room for all of that. But there's a possibility of that happening.
We need to build up.
No.
I bet our shoulders. Our shoulders, our shelves.
We are putting a pool on the roof.
No, we're putting a dunk tank right here.
Pretty cool.
We're doing none of this.
I think that Jason should paint on a dunk tank. And then during stream...
I think you lunatics should stop spending the company's money. I think that's what should happen.
Too late. Boss for a day.
$93,000 camera incoming.
It's an
92.
investment, Jason. In 13 years, we can sell it.
That's actually very true.
Yeah,
if you really start looking at it,
I'm
because
planning
they're all
on being here in
serialized.
13 years to sell it with you. That sounds exactly like my plan.
Jason,
Come on.
don't talk that way. Jason. Stan, Chris, you need to make your streaming setup portable. Jason and I have talked about that. At some point, we will be taking that to like shows and stuff like that.
Yep.
So,
we wanted to do it this last Adepticon, but it just didn't work out. The planning from the Adepticon side just didn't match.
Yeah.
With being able to get the bandwidth and get all of the
literal
stream
bandwidth
needs taken care of. But this next year we will.
Yeah. Literal bandwidth
AMG
too.
streamed, right? I was part of the live stream for the Legion game. So they have the technology to do it there. They just need the space and to make sure all of the equipment is available.
Yeah.
So we'll be dealing with them this year for sure.
Dallas says, I'll be in Phoenix in December for an experience. You better be, mister.
It'll be open by then.
We'll tell you the day after.
you gotta bring your
we have
A game.
tamales. Oh, you meant to wheel out in just the game center and stream from there? I've thought about some stuff like that before. It'd be the same setup, though, right? The mobile setup will be the mobile setup for anywhere we want. That's the idea, Stan. Dallas says, you hear that abuse chat? No, after tamales. No. Actually, you know what we could do? If you come here, Dallas, for December, you should stay a while, and we could cater in tamales.
Yeah.
And make an event of it.
Don't worry, Dallas. I've been on a trek to make sure I've had enough places that serve tamales year-round, so we don't just have to wait for Christmas.
Haley says, Chris, you'll need big cue cards. Say things like applause, laugh. Come on, guys, please laugh for the studio audience. Oh, Haley, if you don't think I've already thought about these cue cards, you are gravely mistaken. Yeah, I'm telling you, people would come in here and live studio audience watch. You know, I think we should do it. How do you use the discount for Zynvaded?
I think you just put in the notes section of your order the term monument, or like monument sent me, or monument hobbies.
Yeah, put in
They'll
monument
figure
hobbies.
it out. It's not a formal code that you have to enter. They said put it in the notes section and they'll include a free model.
Let's look, actually. I'm going to just check. But yeah, I believe Jason is right. We made a note from it yesterday. Let's see. I'm double checking. Yeah, their 2-player starter set is pretty cool. Yeah, there's a couple places when you go to their checkout, the additional delivery information, throw it in there.
They said to make sure we let everybody know it was still running, so they're looking for it. And it sounds like they have a pretty small team, so I don't think it would be easy to miss. I don't want to say that and then have them miss it, but you get my drift.
In the delivery instructions, yes, Snarly, perfect. Chris just spent Jason's money again. What are you talking about?
Constant. It's constant. Don't worry. I'm so used to it.
I don't really spend much of your money, Jason.
Oh, no. Of course not.
You technically spend it. Chris just spent Jason's money. No, I didn't. No! What are you talking about? Zynvaded with a Y. Yeah, it's Zynvaded.
Or Zen overlords.
Dallas says, Jason, have you seen the terrain I've been painting? A lot of it is one step.
I have not. Did you send me pictures?
Matthew T, I found your line at the store not far from home. I picked up a sable brush. Can't wait to try it out. Matthew T,
Awesome.
you're going to love it. Our sable brush, our number 3 is also another go-to of mine.
I'm using a number 2 right now.
Number 2.
Who does number 2 work for?
I know I keep saying this, but I'm going to keep saying it. Dauntless number 5. Don't sleep on that one. I really like that brush. I don't know what it is, but it's just good stuff. Stan says, at your experience center, will you let people use your painted armies to try out niche games like these?
We will have painted armies on display, yes. Will it be my personal one? I don't know. They'll be out there, so it could be. But we will have the team, part of what they'll be doing is doing painted kind of starter set armies so that we can have
varnish the crap out of them, too.
So that we can have everything ready to go to do a 2-player
That'd be cool.
for every game. You may not get armies where we'll let you try like every army you want to see how it plays, but we'll give you enough to go on so that every game will have a starter set and enough to keep people interested. We're very big on that.
Rucket, your opening experience center, does part of the experience mean everyone hears Chris's do or whatever?
That'll just play over the intercom every now and then.
It'll be at it won't be rhythmic, it'll be at
we'll
random times.
definitely have a live feed from the stream going over there for sure. That'd be a great idea.
Yeah, Jen was talking about it today, trying to figure out where we would do the TV monitors so that there's multiple viewing angles for everybody.
Yeah,
to catch the stream while gaming and hanging out. There's a full paint bar. I think we'll have the ability, it looks like, to have 10 to 12 people at the paint bar at any given time, which is awesome. Big granite slab paint bar. With a standing position for me, so I can be out there painting with people.
Stan says rig it for when the door opens. Could you imagine? Jason would literally
I would just
kill
stand there
all
and
of us.
Oh my gosh.
A full paint bar with all of our favorite flavors? False.
Correct.
Ryan says, whenever someone rolls boxcars, Schlanky plays over the intercom.
Schlanky.
Shablammer.
Shablammer.
Schloop. Just insert funny noise after sh, and you're good.
I do think we should give the front desk a little stream deck with sounds they can play over. They can play over speakers.
Welcome in, everybody. Oh yeah.
I like this idea less and less.
Ruckett says, do you drink paint at the paint bar? We don't encourage any consumption of our paint products whatsoever, per legal. There you go. There'll be many things to experience. That's all we're going to say about that. Chris, this is where you should really push bag acryl. Bring your empty bottle and you can refill it from bag acryl. You could, yeah. But I told you guys, that's 2054, so we got some time on that one.
Or we could not do any of this. That'd be great.
Bag acryl? That was your idea. Ooh.
Yeah, you showed it off.
How many Jason cardboard cutouts will there be? 17. They all say Schlanky.
And you can rent them, take them home.
You can rent them.
A me cutout?
Yeah, dude. Heck yeah, what are you talking about?
What in the world? Have we lost our minds?
We gotta get a Jason cutout.
That's what we
Jen
did.
wants a
That's
big,
waving.
Jen wants a big Huey
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
in there.
There you go.
So that's her warpath right now. She wants a big Huey, like blow up doll or something sitting in a corner.
Big
or
plushie.
Yeah, that's what she said. She wanted a plushie.
New
of
product
UV sensors.
opportunity. Okay.
I love it.
Artemis Maximus says, new product opportunity. Dauntless super thick varnish for when you need to scrub Cheeto dust off the demo minis. Nice.
Yeah, that's the thing that always
Just
makes
straight
me,
up clear lacquer.
That's the thing that makes me cringe a little bit is demo games with Cheeto fingered nerds.
Yeah. Just a lot of matte
You
varnish.
got to get over it.
That's
why I
right.
said it probably won't be my army, but there will be an army for you to play. I don't know that I want those to be mine.
Oh, yeah, we got you. There's lots of things to come. Herper Derper Sherpa says, my 8-year-old daughter and I are having way too much fun with the fluorescent pro acryl and UV light. Nice. Glad you're having a fun time.
They're cool. The first time you get a feel for that on a model can be really cool. The funny thing is, like, I didn't care about the UV. That's not something that I ever use. But watching people have fun and do really cool things with it really is kind of neat. Whether they do, like, just cool armor or crazy effects. I like all that.
I think I'm going to make an ultramarine army
No, you're not.
with
You're literally not ever going to do that.
with Cheeto all over it.
You're literally never going to do
Like,
that.
I'm going to paint it up really well, and then we're just going to put a bunch of Cheeto dust on them and then varnish it in so that you never have that problem. It's a great idea.
That gives me hives thinking about.
Is there going to be a Monument Hobby Chevette suspended from the ceiling like the one of those trendy 90s restaurants?
I wish. That'd be so good. We don't have high enough ceilings for that. Our ceilings are like 8.5 feet, so there won't be one hanging from the ceiling unless it's a Matchbox car.
Mo's like, no, just paint an orange army. You're not getting it, Mo. New pigment powder, Cheeto dust. Cheeto dust weathering pigments. That's what I'm saying. Rattlecan, you know what's up.
Don't egg this man on, please.
Matthias, what are you talking about? I have many project ideas.
Too many.
Many.
He needs to stay focused.
I am. It's taking me a long time. I'm not trying to rush these projects. That's the point of the project. Plum Crunchy is saying, hi, Jason.
Hi.
I know you like PoE and stuff,
Yeah.
but are you into fighting games?
No.
Not like a Street Fighter fan?
Nope. I used to play Tekken with a buddy of mine who had it way back in the day, but nah, they don't float my boat.
Grace with those Ultramarines turn into Nurgle after. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Made Cheeto dust into pigment powder. It would sell. Stan, no good ideas allowed here.
I went and redid my entire PoE build last night.
Uh-oh.
I did the scariest thing you can do in PoE, other than play hardcore.
What did you do?
I went and reset all my passive skills.
Oh, that's always so.
And I didn't take a screenshot. I was just like, screw it. Let's do this from the beginning.
I love that they added the whole saved build thing.
I don't even know that exists.
Yeah,
so.
you have to make a saved file for it, and you put it in your file. Like, that's how people are sharing their builds now online. Like, if you want to follow a path or a tree.
Well, you go to PoE Builder, and they have that.
Well, I know, but now you can take that from PoE Builder, save the file, and put it into your game.
Right.
Which is dope. But they should just build it in the game. What are you doing?
You should just build your own build, Chris.
I do build my own builds.
Then why do you need somebody else's save build?
No, I would save my build. That's what I go and build it in the builder, save it out, and then you follow the path. It's amazing. Can I volunteer to paint Star Wars Legion Separatist Army for your experience center, says Super Duper John.
Sure.
Those dudes are so fun to paint.
Sure. 100%. I'm going to be painting up a Star Wars Legion army of bad guys. Well, the true good guys, the Imperials.
For
Just at some point in time. It isn't happening anytime soon, don't worry. I got too much else going on. But I'm really digging some of the new Stormtrooper stuff that's coming out. And I have not done that. Somehow I've always been roped into Rebels.
okay.
And there's some really, really cool Stormtrooper Imperial stuff that I like.
Zodley Gaming, first time chat. Does ProAcryl work on a wet palette for at least 3 to 5 hours? I hear people stating it separates fast or quickly, but that does not answer the question.
Works great on a wet palette for however long you want to paint. Just don't have your wet palette be wet on top of the paper. Use it like it's intended to be used, and every paint will work better. A lot of people tend to use a wet palette to dilute their paint. And it's good for that if you're using paint that's too thick and needs to be diluted just to work, but that's not ProAcryl. ProAcryl is a different beast. We are already at the point where we just work right out of the bottle. We don't need a lot of water added to it, but we can work on a wet palette just fine. A lot of the world's best artists use our paint on a wet palette constantly, and they don't do anything you don't do, nothing special. There is no trick to it. It's just that most people, I'm not going to get into it. I do this rant once a week, and I'm not going to do it.
Dallas just said, I use a wet palette. Yeah, works great.
Yeah.
Dallas does also amazing studio quality work. Like, I think it's just a whole mindset that people get too tied into.
Yeah, Dallas is the art director for Atomic Mass Games and is the main studio painter and has been for a long time, was the main studio painter at Privateer Press, War Machine, all their games. Yeah, some of the world's top artists use our stuff on a wet palette all the time. Jordan here, great artist. It actually is like mini-me for Dallas. Jordan learned a lot of what he does from Dallas. And he only uses a wet palette. I'm just a rare bird. I don't use a wet palette. I don't like them with acrylics. They don't really offer me anything in my process
workflow
that helps because I have to maintain too much. I have to consistently add water. The paper folds up at the corners. I don't want to put pennies on it. I don't want to buy product to make the wet palette work better. I just want to use the palette. So I use a piece of glass because it never argues with me and it always does the right thing. Got quiet.
I was reading some of these questions here, going back up. At the Experience Center, will there be a book it type program where they finish a model? Jason gives us a gold star.
Yes, actually.
Book it.
Believe it or not. Yes. There will be a hobby progress path that you can get on if you buy product from us and then you show us as you're building it and painting it. You will get gold stars that are worth things in the store. You're a step ahead of us. But that is a thing we are doing. We are promoting. It's an experience center. It is intended to be there with you on your journey, not just be a transaction where you come in and buy a product. That's never who we are. It's not what we're trying to build here. We're trying to do something that we don't see a lot of stores paying attention to, which is really being there to kind of help you along as you figure out this crazy world that we work in with miniatures and painting and gaming and all that. So I'm really excited for it. I'm hoping that we get a lot of people who start to see what the power of being in a group that really pays attention is like, so we can all sit around and nerd out and meta our army lists and do all sorts of crazy cool stuff. So I'm excited. Very excited. Jen and I were doing what would normally be the boring thing, going and looking at slat wall and checkout counters and all that crap today. And it just gets me more excited. As we figure all that stuff out.
Philip says, can't wait to see it all finished. It's going to be a big one.
It'll be neat. Neat.
Chris, I promise to positively contribute on one of these days. Hey, you're all Sony. That's okay. Dallas says, love the path of support you all do.
Yeah, I want to, it stems from my own selfishness. I want to go into a store and be able to ask somebody at the store, hey, have you heard about the new thing that's coming out for Star Wars Legions? I saw a thing. Have you heard about it? And not have some high school kid pick his nose and say, huh? Huh? I want to know that the store that I'm giving money and supporting, it will be there and support the hobby and not just be a transactional store. I think that's fair to ask. I think that our hobby is not transactional, but a lot of stores treat it that way. They treat it like it's just a place that has groceries and whatever else they think people need. Hey, we've got all the games that people like. They come in and they buy them. That's what we're here for. I mean, I don't even think that's true of things like TCGs. I think TCGs want you to have a place where you can go talk to people and talk out the new set. What's the meta like? I usually play green, and I really like big creatures. What am I going to be looking at in this new edition? And have somebody that can tell you that, like, oh, check this out. There's this common and this uncommon combo that you can use and do this. And I'd put 3 of this and 4 of this in my deck. I know you can't spend that kind of time with every customer. Trust me, I'm not insane, right? But I think that if you foster that environment, you now educate more people who then educate more people, and you foster a community that, like our Discord, can answer questions when, like, I'm asleep. Somebody from Europe is answering a question about Procryl that would normally have been something that we would have to answer from a customer service perspective, because we've educated the community. The community continues to educate other members of the community, and now you have a symbiotic relationship where everybody's looking to get answers all the time. And I know the wargaming hobby can be that, period. It can just be that.
Yeah.
I've seen it work. It's rare, but we've seen it. And so we're just going to put our money where our mouth is and do it. That's what we're doing. That's what the whole experience center is. Come in, buy a model. If all you want to do is paint it, we're going to paint it with you. You can come and sit, and you'll be able to paint with me some days of the week. I'll just be standing there painting a model, and you can come in and paint and shoot the crap like we do here live, except we'll do it in the middle of the day. I don't care.
Oh, nice. The Big 3 TV.
We'll play games at night. We'll roll dice. I'll sit and watch people play games and talk crap and bug them. It'll be fun.
Welcome in, Raiders. Big 3 TV. Great time to enter. Yes, Rocco.
Howdy.
We are making an experience center. Am I about to move to Phoenix?
Howdy.
Matthias had a question up here.
I'm painting a sergeant from the our Zen overlords.
Where is it? Here it is. If you wanted to paint silver metal without a blue lean, would you use a different workup or use a filter to shift the color away from blue?
No, I would do the same thing that you see me doing here, and I would just do the black to dark neutral gray, bright neutral gray. You can do exactly what you see me doing here with the neutral grays. I just like blue on things like gunmetal and knife steel and things like that. It just, to me, it just gives a vibe that I think is a little better. It's what I call a chromatic black rather than going for something that feels just black, because I'm using just black with the grays on things like the gloves, the hose, things like that. So if I use just black shiny metal on the gun, then I got to pick other colors for those other things. And so this is just a model particular thing where I'll look at it and I'll say, I want to do the gloves and the hose over the gun and some of these other things in black, because he's got this like spacesuit with like, the rubber tubing at the bendy parts. And so I've just done that in black and dark neutral gray. And so that gives me the ability to have a rubbery looking thing by using blacks, very simple. But then I don't want to use black on other things. I want to throw a little bit of color on stuff. But there's no reason why you have to. You could use black for everything. It's fine. Guns, non-metallics, suit, use it more monochromatic. But yeah, you can strip the blue out of it. You could do the same thing I'm doing here with any color. Purples, the Dark Sea Ben is really great. And the Dark Sea Ben with the white blue work really great. They give it kind of a greenish hue, like a dark, well, it's a dark blue-green. And that can be really cool to give you anything that turns out to be a black that isn't really black. And blues just tend to make it stay looking like, gunmetal or something, without having to get into like shiny silver. I've been trying to keep a little bit of darkness on here. And I could go back and do like a black wash over these to make them darken back up, but I'm happy with where they are right now. As I brighten up the armor and everything, that'll get darker looking too. So red, green, blue, awesome. Yeah, the one-step set 2 is amazing. Excited for everybody to start getting more models done with it.
You're going to love set 2, which comes out next Wednesday in the US and the 26th for the EU. So make sure you mark your calendars. All right, I'm off to dinner and such. See you soon, Big Mike. Take it easy, man. Have a good night.
Slate Gray. We don't use... Big Mike, take it easy. It's all East Coast time. Wait a minute. It's only 6 o'clock. Who the heck eats at 6 o'clock? Blue-haired old ladies. And me. Jen and I are always like... Jen and I will leave after stream on Friday. It'll be like 4:30 or 5. And we'll be at a restaurant.
There you go.
At like 4:45. And we'll look around. And everybody's 80. Except us. It's like 80-year-olds. 80-year-olds with younger people who are taking the grandkids out with grandma. And then Jen and I.
Hey, you know what? Tomato.
It is an AARP ad happening in real time. It's pretty funny.
What colors are coming in Wave 2?
In one-step Wave 2?
Yeah.
Well, they have already come out for those people that were at Gen Con.
Yes.
But we have olive yellow, bronze yellow.
Yeah.
2 amazing yellows that are... best way to describe them is that these are the muddy and tarnished yellows. Great for things like Nurgle. Both of them work fantastic over just a pale yellow base coat or an ivory base coat as the beginnings of yellow non-metallic metal. They're fantastic. I don't have all the models up here, but great ones there. Rust, that was the limited edition when the first set came out at Adepticon. If you were at Adepticon, you could get Rust, but now it's in the set 2.
Yep.
Dark green blue, which is very similar to the Dark Sea Ben color. Dark brown, which is a kind of a hybrid between dark umber and black brown. It's not a color in the main line. It's just another brown that you can use, but it's a fantastic way to get browns for wood, leather, you name it, where you don't want as much warmth. It's a more neutral brown, I would say. Deep blue, which is the blue from the Prussian blue from our expert line. But it's I didn't want to call it the same because when it goes over a bright base, that single pigment color is it's different visually than you would get out of the tube. So we just called it deep blue. Dark purple, yellow green, black, scarlet red, which is like a dead on like Blood Angels red. It's amazing. Bright slate gray, and the dark turquoise. Boom. So a fantastic lineup of colors. I think that people are going to love the straight up neutral black. It's just basically like coal black or satin black in a one step. The scarlet red's a big hit already. People are loving it. All of them are great. The Dark Sea Ben is just amazing. Like absolutely just a brilliant color. So a lot of shades. Nice. The bright slate gray is the undercoat that you would do for white. If you want to do stormtroopers and such, it is a little bit on the blue hue. The set 3 will have the same thing, but in a warm hue. So you will have a brightness color like this that will give you the ability to do a dirtier white over it. This will look a little cleaner with the blue. But there you go. That's set 2.
So excited to use bright slate gray. Yeah, Sasquatch paints. You're gonna love that one.
Tremendous colors all the way around. Again, and I always hate saying this, but I don't have. It's so hard to find a favorite out of these. Because they all, it's like saying that dark blue black was my favorite out of the first set, but I find myself using all of them so much. All right, so I put out some slate gray. I want some bright neutral gray, maybe? Question mark?
I'm sitting down and swatch them right now. Nice. Oh, because you got, I think you got your set early from either the giveaway
just
or
bright
from
neutral
Gen
gray logos.
Con. Super. Do you think we could connect to come up with? Oh, super duper. Yeah. Working on the contributor. Nice. I recently got back into painting minis after 7-year break and got your guys' mega set and one step set 1. What do you guys recommend getting next? I'm mostly painting orcs. That's the best way to get into our line, by the way. Special sauce would go great with all of those mega set colors. Oh, are you like wet blending? I like it. I like it. Oh, that dice is gonna look fun that way.
Yeah, I just want a little bit of that slate gray shadow at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm just clearing my brush with water, going and getting the bright neutral gray, and then just doing the same thing side to side. Just kind of, I use this swishing technique, push the bright neutral gray down into the slate gray, and then just draw the brush back up. Be harder in these sections here, but we'll make it happen.
Jason, why do you only publish pigment info in your expert line of acrylics?
So making tube acrylics is not anything that really needs to be protected as far as like what pigments we use and all that. But the way that we do pro acryl is something that we don't like to tell people what pigments we've used, because the ability to get them to react well in a aqueous suspension is very integral to what makes pro acryl.
Yeah.
I will say it that way.
Okay.
There's your answer. Will we ever? I may put it out there at some point. We've been around long enough that it's not like we're worried. Our competitors really can't do what we do, so
no,
they don't make their own paint, so it makes it very difficult to reproduce because they work with third-party partners that can't do what we do. So it's a little less, but we still hold it close to the vest. I mean, we still do special stuff here, so.
Forbidden Coffee Miniatures. I managed to finish my figure in the hotel room. Now I have to look over the room and make sure I cleaned up all the paint.
Right.
That's painting
in the hotel, always a problem.
Sasquatch Paint says no free secret formulas.
It didn't tell a lot because, the reality is that color is color, and so the pigments
Yeah.
are the way that they are, and so that's why I'll probably get over it someday.
Rattlecan's like, no, Jason, ancient Chinese secret you cannot disclose.
Well, like I said, the pigment is not the secret, right? The way we put the pigment into the mediums that we use, the acrylics that we use, that's all the secret.
Well, and they can't be us either. We have something else.
No, I mean, there's a little bit to it that I'm like, you know what? I like being...
That's right.
I like feeling special.
The secret is you all actually love this stuff, says Cambot. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God. I'm just a nerd like you guys. I just love painting. I love that since coming out with Pro Acryl, paint has never been the issue. It's always just me. That was the whole goal. People laugh when I say that, but that was the goal. The goal was to make sure that the artist was the issue, not the art supply. You never want to buy something and have it be the limiting factor. So with Pro Acryl, it's just you. What can you learn to do? Procurl will do it with you. It's that easy.
Sasquatch. Wait, you use pigments? I thought it was just Jason being a wizard. We use people.
Well, I didn't say where the pigments come from.
The moon.
Soylent Green.
Very few people would have any idea what to do with pigment information. Says Matthias, yes.
Well, that's not true, right? All of our competitors are constantly trying to take
portion,
it.
absolutely.
You know, we guarantee our paint bottles are in most of our competitors' labs as they try to figure out what they're doing next. Some of them have even told us so. So, you know, we get it. It's just a thing. And none of it's secret. You know, figuring out how you want to do stuff is one thing. But when, you know, the reality is that, you know, when you are buying paint from another manufacturer who's a coatings company and they aren't going to reinvent the wheel for you, they're going to make it work with what they know and what they use and all that. So it just is what it is. In the competitive landscape, we just don't want to make it easy.
Craig's, the secret recipe is just Arizona tap water.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Gross.
That's why they say don't eat the paint. We don't condone any consumption of any of our products ever in the history of man.
Gross.
Mr. Perskin, take it easy. Oh my gosh, Philip says tap water is king. Philip, when that brain-eating amoeba gets into your brain, I won't be there to say I told you so.
It's already there.
No, Philip, no!
It's already there. Poor Philip. We hardly knew you.
Bye, Phil.
What'd you say?
I said bye, Phil.
Bye, Phil.
Philip, stay alive.
Bye, Philip. Bye, Philip.
Stop drinking the tap water. You have an RO system in your house, right next to the tap. Make the decision.
Make the decision. Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
Vipus. I get here to hear Chris talking about a brain-eating animal. I'm just trying to keep my friend alive. Sue me. Flapjack says, I don't know. I ate a brush once and it wasn't bad. Had some fiber. Flapjack,
Wait a minute.
that movement that evening, I'm sure, was extremely painful.
Wait, what?
Very splintery. What I meant was the average customer. So keeping it a secret to prevent competitors from reverse engineering is a fine call. Yeah, average customers, yeah. They just want to make sure that the paint works. Does your paint work?
Yeah, and it mixes and blends fine. So, you know, the people that are
Yeah.
you know, asking for those blends. I mean, that's why we made the expert acrylics. If you are desperate to know and have access to something like Queen of Credon and be able to use a magenta or a dioxazine violet and, you know, you want to mix that way, we gave you that opportunity.
Cambot says, dark hot pink is the secret ingredient in my world-famous chili.
Wait a minute.
Are you like one of those people who are just like really just, you know, putting like a drop of paint in your massive chili vats?
Drop of his own blood.
Oh, gosh.
Jeez.
The kind of guy that did that.
What's that?
The guy that was making chili and he was putting, like, gross stuff in it. It wasn't too many years ago.
What? That's
I didn't
crazy.
hear about this.
Yeah, a guy did chili cook-off and he was crazy ingredients. I don't think it was people, but it was like very Soylent Green story. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yikes.
It was like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of
Ooh.
vibe, right? Because that's what they did. That family in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre made chili.
Chili.
That's for the restaurant.
I know.
No free pub, Chris.
I said chili, not chilies. They sponsor the show.
I don't know if that'll hold up.
Speaking
in court.
of Chili's, this episode is brought to you by Chili's.
Dude, I would take Chili's as a sponsor instantaneously.
Chili's.
I'm that guy where I still, historically speaking, Chili's is one of my favorite restaurants of all time.
Come
that
on
doesn't
down.
mean it is today. I don't want to throw the wrong idea out there, but Jen laughs because she got me like a Chili's gift card for Christmas.
Sure.
Because I'm like, we should go to Chili's.
Nothing
And she
wrong
always
with
laughs.
Chili's.
She always laughs at me.
Nothing wrong with Chili's.
Old timer with cheese, No onions?
Stan was saying, Chris, what color did Jason just say? Was he using bright neutral gray, or is this bold titanium white?
This is bold titanium white on the sword.
Gotcha.
Or dagger, or whatever this is.
Jason wants his baby back, baby back. Thank you, Flapjack.
That I don't respond well to. I don't believe in that time in Chili's history.
You don't believe? Wait a second. What does that mean?
That's when they went totally like public, you know.
Oh.
I'm not a baby back ribs Chili's guy. You got to remember, I grew up in Dallas, Texas, close to Chili's #1, the first one ever. And so it was a place we used to eat all the time. Like every chance we got as kids where we had enough money, we'd go to Chili's. And it was like your first big boy restaurant. And now then they did the baby back ribs thing, and I was like, oh my God, never going there again. It's horrible.
When me and my wife go camping at the Rim, we always stop at a Chili's in Payson. It's like our last meal before we get lost in the woods. I know exactly that Chili's you're talking about, gnarly.
That's funny.
We used to go up there when we would go Christmas tree hunting, because we used to get permits for that. I gotta agree. Pre-baby back Chili's was pretty amazing, says Face Coo.
100%. But it was very different. It was very, very different.
Rucket says Jason has to eat a triple dipper on stream. Whoa, this is a family show.
Hey, whoa, yeah, wait a minute. What are we talking about now?
Okay. Lord Tedley. Big question here. I'm going on holiday in a couple of weeks and have to fly.
I don't think he sounds anything like that.
Holiday. I'm worried about getting withdrawals. Okay. If I just take a full set of expert acrylics with me and try to paint some Zenith primed minis with just those paints, is it a daft idea?
Take which ones?
Just the expert acrylics.
No.
Any tips on how to get good opacity and coverage with them if they're the only paints I use? Ooh, great question. Any tips on how to get good opacity and coverage?
Well, I think always taking something like, you've got white and black in them that are super opaque. Not all the colors in the line are translucent. So having the white and the black there is going to help you a lot, right? And you can mix the white and the black in for your tints, tones, and shades, and then that gives you complete freedom to do as you will and create whatever color and get whatever opacity you want. You may have to layer up a little bit more than you're used to, but, work bright over bright. So, lay down a coat of white on the surface and then paint your color on top of the white. That's a great way to do it. If you're looking for opacity and bright, vivid colors, boom, there you go. Now you're done. When you get used to working with paints that have lower opacity in general, which is the bulk of your artistic acrylics are going to be in that semi-opaque to semi-translucent or transparent range anyway. And so as you get used to working with them, you just start understanding that, do your value sketch underneath with black and white, maybe like the zenithal type thing that we do. And then those colors go over well. And they have a lot of punch. They're so saturated that putting them over white doesn't desaturate them like some of the liquid acrylics will, right? A lot of times painting over white with liquid acrylics can cause you some issues just because they desaturate into more of a, like what we would call a pastel style color more so. But the expert acrylics won't do that. That's the whole point. They're so highly saturated that you can get away with a lot more underpinning of things like white and black and keep them on hue. All right, that's kind of a dye with like that kind of weird, kind of not quite swirl coloring to it, but.
Thanks for the long answer. Also, how did you get my British accent so spot on?
He didn't. Don't egg him on,
follow-up
please.
question.
Please
Any
don't
tips
egg
on
him
how
on.
to fly
Don't tell
safely?
it. Please don't tell him he got anywhere close to your British accent.
Any tips on how to fly safely without them bursting? It says, is
The tube?
in checked luggage okay?
I fly with all my paints in checked luggage. Just put it in a Ziploc bag. I put them in a Ziploc, and then I'll sometimes put them in like a just a Target grocery plastic sack and roll it all up and shove it in my laundry, and I never have had a problem. That way, worst case, if a tube opens up accidentally or whatever, it won't be the end of the world.
Lord Tedley, great question, by the way. We get that often. And I'm only doing my Stan impression, so that's the only thing I got to work off of. Ziploc bag, seal it with duct tape, and then oh my gosh. And then right in the prison wallet, just like Chris always says. Yikes.
And right what?
Right in the prison wallet.
Oh my God, you people.
That means
we need some therapy today, people. Like, we need some therapy today.
Our therapist's batteries ran out.
We're just going to have to do it ourselves, old school style.
I'm not saying old school style after the old prison wallet comment. Here we go. I have to put some subtitles on when I watch some American TV, so it's all good. There you go. Dark purple primer and taupe are my favorite way to prime, says red, green, blue. Oh, it's amazing for one step, too. Jarls Tony says, hey, what happened to Therapy Thursday? What do you mean? It didn't go anywhere. It's happening now in front of your face. It's happening immediately. Yeah, we need more. Gabe is frantically pressing the buttons.
Chris, why don't you have batteries like this on hand?
Because I'm working.
Why don't you have them just available?
There are many other priorities besides getting the little therapist batteries.
Name 15.
I could if we want to bring
it's
up my
17
task
now.
list.
I need 17 reasons.
What size are those again? I might have some at home.
40.
I just gotta take one home.
LR44s. Why don't you just have batteries around? You got a lot of
Don't tell him he needs to do stuff like that, because then all of a sudden it's a $10,000 bill, and we have every battery known to man in a drawer.
And we have 40 of them.
I just purchased all of them
Great.
as we were talking.
This
great.
whole wall.
We will never be without any
We will
style
never be
of
without
battery.
batteries again. Great. Thanks.
There was
Perfect.
a rare one they only made in the 50s, which cost the $9,500.
This is my life, people. This is my life.
Rattle can. Aren't you a tech guy, Chris?
Yeah. Chris, why do we have 3 car batteries?
I love that, Rattle can. Aren't you a tech guy? Gabe, it's because he's a C- producer. You're all going to miss me when I'm gone. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. A C+ producer would have batteries
I don't think so.
for all the things.
That's what the minus. That's what the C. That's what the C- is for.
Sorry, say that
Oh,
again?
you said C+.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's a B- producer. I'm not there yet.
Wow.
Can we test that, Chris? If you're talking about these batteries, they don't work.
I'm curious if I reorient them, if it'll fix it. You know what I'm talking about?
Give it a try. I don't know if that's how that works, but
Sometimes it does.
you could.
You ever done that with a remote, like a TV remote?
No.
Just take them out and put them back in. A different way.
You kind of spin them around a little bit.
Yeah. I do that with RAM in my computer when it's acting up.
Really?
Yeah.
You just reconfigure it?
Just
Take it out and plug it back in.
There you go. God bless America.
Take it out, plug it back in.
Gabe licked them, then put them back in, says Jarls Tony. Don't do that. Don't do that.
A AAA producer would have batteries for sure.
I see what you're doing there, Flapjack. Oh my gosh. Let me get it.
Ha! Ha! Ah. Ah.
What in the world? How do you put these back in?
Jason, why did you choose the colors you did for One Step Set 1 and 2?
So it felt right. I don't really know I never know how to answer that, right? Because they just felt like the right colors. When I was thinking of how I would want to be using all of those colors, they just felt right. The next 12 for set 3 are already chosen, and those feel right as well. So yeah, I mean, that's always the way it is. They feel right. That seems like the right idea. How we choose to release them is always a little funky, like which ones go in which set. Sometimes that's just the ones that I want to paint with, to be honest with you.
Watt says Chris is actually 3 batteries in a trench coat. Oh, yes. Everybody's got some jokes.
Everybody's got jokes. Those damn jokes. All right.
Mosa's still waiting. Eclectic Salmon is in the next set, question mark?
And the next regular Peripheral set.
Looks like Gabe fixed the therapist.
Did you just spin the batteries?
Try it.
What was your childhood like?
Pretty sucky.
There you go. You better still get batteries.
No, we fixed it.
I don't want to hear that. All right, we're back on. Therapy's back on the menu,
Turn it off
boys.
and on
Hit
again.
it. Hit it. Ask the therapist what. Uh-oh.
How are you feeling today?
Shitty. I mean,
Wow.
excited.
Wow, Chris.
I'm no longer the owner of Monument Hobbies.
You haven't been since 2 p.m.
I know.
Thank God.
Very empty walleted. The company's made a very large financial purchase today. And now we are excited because it'll be here in 2 weeks.
We didn't, and we aren't.
I did get a salute from our finance director, so I think that means we're getting it.
That's not what she meant.
Grab the soap, says
When
Mo.
she said, I'll
Yikes.
get right on that, that's not what that meant at all.
And then she did that. Whoa, Chris, this is a family show. I know. I'm sorry. I let it slip. It was therapy. I apologize for all of you.
He doesn't.
For clarification, with the challenge, it's the 3 colors in black and white. Yes. Are the black and white only for basing and brightness?
Yeah, I can't see black and white at the end. They're meant for tint, tone, and shade only. We give them to you so that you can do mixes of colors and create the colors you need. You cannot have the model have black and white as visible colors on it. That's not what they're for. They're the K part of CMYK. The chroma layer.
Shadowcat says, yeah, my fingers are doing okay. I hold the brush so light it doesn't bother from the burns. Nice. I'm glad. Sorry that happened to you, Shadowcast. That's a bummer. Never fun getting a work injury. Did you get the Boy Scout salute with 3 fingers required to read these between the lines? Meeple, of course. And it'll be here next week. You said you effed up my monthly model. I made silver metallic purple camo with black as the base. Okay. Soon, Shadowcast. Jason, will One Step Blue and White Blue make a good icy blue skin tone for orcs?
Will One Step Blue and White Blue make a good icy blue skin tone for orcs?
Ooh,
Yeah.
that
Yeah, you
would
can
be
mix
cool.
the One Step Blue with the White Blue to get that mid-tone highlight that you might need if your undercoat of if you do like a white and black zenithal, or if you just do a white base coat or whatever, and you don't find it giving you the right midtones, and just mix the two together. But yeah, that'd be great. It'd be great. Very great.
Wako says, "Hey guys, I just came home with One Step Set 1 box. Can't wait to try it this weekend. Nice. Praise be."
Huzzah!
Thank you for giving us a chance. Take a chance, take a chance. That Chai Cat says, anyone know where they're getting plaid medium? That Chai Cat, you're banned. Happens quick. That was me laying down the band hammer. You like that?
What color do we want the glow of the like plasma knife to be?
Blue!
No, I was thinking that, but
No blue?
no, because I already have blue in the guns.
How about orange?
Orange is one that would be good.
Like orangey?
Orangey could be good.
Now, is this going to be spilling out or not really?
I think I like orange.
What do you think looks cool on Winter Corp War Machine models, color-wise?
I did the new Scarlet Red one step through the airbrush. Looked great. Right? Where is that one?
Winter Corp? I don't know what that one is.
Kador.
Oh, Kador. Oh, the red guy. Yeah. He's cool.
What are you looking for?
Your mom.
Oh my gosh, Chris. You know, I could officially talk to HR about that.
We don't talk about that.
So this is literally just what did we do? Did we do pale yellow or did we just do black and white? I think we just did. I don't
On
remember what
this
the
guy?
undercoat was on this.
I think it was pale yellow.
But yeah, that's just the new Scarlet Red from the one step over the zenithal highlight on this model, and you get a really, really good red. And then, of course, I'm using our bronze and dark silver for all the metallics on the Kador. Really, really simple work up here. Then there's pale pink as the highlight.
Was there any other color you used to work up to that highlight? You just straight up pale pink out of the bottle?
It's just pale pink over the top of the red, the Scarlet Red. I didn't do
good.
anything else with the Scarlet Red.
Arceus says, first time chat, I have a weird question. What colors would you guys choose if you wanted to do paint a War Dog Chaos 40K if you wanted to make it look like Orc fixed it?
Oh, I don't know.
That's a bold question.
Checks and dags and
just like spray paint
red
over
armor and crazy crap like that would be my first go-to, right?
Yeah. Checkered and
I think that, all the
graffiti.
panels being different is one way to think of it. To give you an idea of what the transparent orange with a little bit of water on the brush is going to give us a really good boost of color on here.
Jimbo says, my local store texted me, and Tuesday they said the Wave 2 are due this weekend. Yes, we tell that to our FLGSs.
Every one of the orders, I think there were only 6 store orders that didn't go out this week.
Yep.
That was this morning. Hopefully those got out. And that was just because those guys hadn't quite paid their invoices yet. But out of the hundreds of stores that placed pre-orders, only 6 hadn't gone out by the end of the week, which means that for the weekend or Monday, hundreds of our local retailers, FLGSs, are going to have set 2, and they can sell it as soon as they have it. So check with your local store if they sell Pro-Acryl, because you may be able to get the one-step set 2 by this weekend.
When is my order going out, says Sugar Rush? Sugar Rush, when you make an order on the 12th.
Did he win anything?
No.
No.
That's what I'm assuming you're being cheeky here, Sugar Rush. Unless you did order something. That's not one step, because you can't order that from our site right now. That would be impossible. I'm very confused about your question. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking silver trim. Nice. Do it. I mean, if you're into that kind of cool.
Yeah, I just did the gold on mine, but I like the stock that they have with the black. They do a bunch of black panels, but this red would look good no matter what. And I just like the bronze. I painted all my old Kador from like Mark 1 with red and bronze. So it's just kind of a good old throwback.
Oh, Matthias, none of my stores here sell Pro-Acryl. It's a bummer. Where are you at? Tell them to
Sweden.
Tell them to get going. Tell them to get on the bandwagon. Tell them if they want to make awesome money that they should call us. We support them pretty dang well. So yeah, I would hit him up. Thanks. I'm just starting painting. Had I'm having a difficult time with colors. Apparently, I did not pass that. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. You're in Vermont.
Vermont?
There's no stores in Vermont near you that carry us? Uh-oh.
May not be. Vermont doesn't have a high capita amount of stores anyway.
Yeah.
But I
Tell 'em.
think we have a Vermont account retailer. Check the FLGS lookup tool on the website and see.
You can find that on this page here, along with all of our other links. Hit that link right there to take you to all the goodies.
Chris couldn't get a better segue.
That was all you. It was all you.
Also not a segue, but you get my drift.
No, that was a segue.
That was nice.
That was a segue right into what I was going to say was a good segue. See what I'm saying? Calgary does not have any store selling PA either, says Travel Cedric.
What?
Calgary? Calgary.
I offhand don't know all of the Canadian stores, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's.
Cairo says the olive yellow is amazing in all caps.
It is so good. You can use it for grimy bone. You can use it for all sorts of stuff. Leather.
Would have to be NH or NY. Yeah, I'm curious. We'll have to look it up. Tell your local store. We'll get them hooked up. That's the moral of that story. Travel Cedric says I've asked all the stores and nobody has any. I don't know about that one, Travel Cedric. You're
We
probably
got to do better
talking about
then.
you.
We got to do better. We can't allow that to be the case.
Yeah.
We will do better. We are opening up. We just sent out a bunch of stores across Canada now have the new rack.
Yeah.
So I've seen a couple of them post up about having the new rack in stock now. That's really great.
Calgary. Closest is in New Hampshire, which is not close. Oh. Matthias, I'm sorry.
What do you mean it's not close? Literally New Hampshire, no matter where you are in Vermont, New Hampshire is closer than our next biggest city in Arizona. I'm going to throw that out there.
Tell him. I'm being serious though, Matthias.
I'm going to throw that out there.
Oh, they only stock GW paint.
Yeah.
Have you asked them? I'm very curious.
You got to remember, a lot of places don't make a ton of their revenue on wargaming.
That's true.
And when they don't make a ton of their revenue on wargaming, bringing in more stuff is not the way to do it, right? I totally understand. So a limited supply of paints is going to be natural. For those places, you order from us or you find a mail order. We have lots of retailers that will do mail order, website orders. Gamers Guild here locally does. So doing the yellow straight over the orange. I painted the white for the edge highlighting to make it, give it a little bit of an energy feel here. And then I can do the yellow straight over the orange for that. And then, Christopher!
Yes.
I need, you know what? I'm not going to use the airbrush.
Okay.
I think I'm going to use the airbrush to do this, but I think we'll just do it with a brush.
We'll
old school it.
What do you mean old school? Are you talking about like the OSL effect?
Yeah.
Can you walk me through how you do it with an airbrush? I'm sorry. How do you do this effect with just a brush? Can you walk me through this?
Well, you're gonna watch me as I go through here with the kind of white that I've got a little bit of transparent yellow in, and I'm gonna glaze brush strokes from around the knife to the knife.
Mm-hmm.
If you pop in close, you'll be able to see what I'm doing.
Yep.
See?
Yeah. Okay.
So if I go in and I put a lot of water on my brush and I tap just a little bit of the transparent yellow. I don't want too much of the yellow in there, but you can see over here in my finger what I'm looking to do. Mm-hmm. And then I'm just going to go in here and like you saw, I'm going to start with my brush out away from the knife and then pull brush strokes back towards it. So that it hits there at that base. right? Remember that your brush leaves more pigment at the end of the brush stroke than it does at the beginning. So this allows me to make sure that I'm piling up brightness along the base where the knife is, and you can already start seeing that glow.
Mm-hmm. How do you know where the light starts and stops when you're doing this?
Oh, I don't know. What do you mean as far as like how far out do I go with my brush stroke?
Yeah.
I mean, how bright do you want the knife to be? The brighter you want the knife to seem, the further your brushstroke has to go, because intensity of light travels further. More intense, further travel. So your brushstroke has to go longer in order to get to the edges of the space that the light can hit. And that's up to you. That's a you question. You answer it with whatever you think is the right way to do it.
Uh-huh. So you do the white and then the color.
Yeah, I'm going to do the orange over the top of this. I'm doing it with a little bit of yellow in it just so I can see what I've got going on. And sometimes you'll do this and you could, I should have done it with the orange. I wasn't thinking. I just did the yellow last, so I just picked up straight with the yellow.
Right.
But here I should have done it with the orange because the yellow is the brighter shade or the brighter color of the glow. And the orange is what your glow on other surfaces will be. Not the yellow. So, you know, if you have a flame and that flame is bright yellow at the deep, you know, hot spot of the flame,
right,
then it doesn't glow yellow except on things that are super close. It glows the warmer coal, you know, orange and reds on everything around it. And that's what really makes your light source maintain that it is the spot where the light comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So then I can take a little bit of orange now in it instead.
The dice looks awesome.
It came out good.
Now it's kind of this peachy color.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that looks great. Yep. How much moisture do you have on your brush right now?
Quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a bit. You know, I wiped a bunch of it off on my skin, but on my thumb palette. But you want a lot of wetness so that you're consistently thinning the paint with the force of your brush stroke. Remember, as you press down on the brush on the surface, what will happen is it will take water from what's wrapped up in the brush, and it will push it into the paint and dilute the paint even further. So, you know, as I sit here and make very wispy strokes, it won't dilute it much, but as I start pressing down, more of the water that's in the bristles of the brush will start mixing with the paint. It'll get thinner and thinner and thinner. I'll use lighter brush strokes as I come out here, now that I've got very, very dilute paint on my brush, and that will start to blend with the grayish color of the dye. And then we have a glow on the top of the dye. And it gives you the feel that, you know, while it may be, you know, a power sword or power whatever, it's not like super bright. It's not going to glow off onto his pants or anything. You know, we could make it brighter, and we could make the orange glow hit like on his crotch protector and some of this other stuff, which I could do later on.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of like that.
That looks great. Super simple. Not too scary.
Yeah, that's a really cool effect.
Like if you wanted it to get brighter, then it would spill more, I guess, right?
Yeah. And then I will go and dye up a little bit more white.
That's cool. Sam says it's always up to inspiration. It describes the feeling. Yeah. When a color says warm, royal, dark, or royal, okay. Okay, here's the question. When a color says warm, royal, dark, or royal, okay, you said royal twice, but does that have an effect on the color, or is it just a cool descriptor?
Well, yeah, it's that, like the temperature of the color is denoted in the adjective a lot of times, like when we're talking about like warm brown. Warm brown will have a more yellowish red kind of palette to it. And, warm gray will have a more yellowish green palette to it, same thing. So warm means that the color itself lends towards the warmer side of the color spectrum, which is yellows, yellowish greens, reds, things like that. Cool gray goes to blue, right? So if it says cool, it's going to go towards blues, typically. That's the way that language works. Royal is literally just the color name. Royal purple is the only one that shares that. And that's something that is more indicative of the color itself, right? That was a color that was denoted with royalty over the years, and it's just a very rich reddish purple. So warmer. It could be called warm purple if you wanted it to be. Yeah, none of them are just for fancy names. They actually have either they are the traditional color name that people are used to, like royal purple, or if they say warm in them, it's because it is a warm version of that color on the color scale. So it would have more yellows, oranges, reds, whatever color it is that's warming it up. All right, so I put white on the underside there so that I can go ahead and do some glow on that as well. And this I should just be able to take the transparent orange on its own now and just give it a little bit of a wipe around the edges here.
Nice.
And this I'm just doing fairly wet and covering the whole area, all the darkness and everything. I put the white on the edge, but I want the orange to hit everything because the light will hit everything. It'll only glow brighter along the edge where the metal shines. So we'll do it a little bit around the edge like that. But then I'm covering, as you can see, all of the space up under here, even letting it kind of pool in that line up in there. So that, again, it just gives us the feel of a glow of that blade hitting all of this.
Watt says wizard's butt is, of course, from the butt region of the wizard. It also
100%.
denotes warmth. It definitely has some hints of warmth, some subtle hints of warmth,
There's a little bit of a glow
That's
on
cool.
the blade.
That's great.
It's always sometimes hard to tell what's going on with the light, but that looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah. You definitely can tell.
I don't want it to be too crazy, so it doesn't quite reach the outside edge of the die, which means that I'm not going to have a whole lot of light on any of the other parts of the model. And then I can decide to push the light further as we do more with the model. So if I do want it to glow on his crotch area or something, it's just that's not a real great area unless it's a Kingdom Death,
Yeah.
lady with a lamp on her. To have a glow at the knees is really irrelevant. So
Yeah.
just have it glow on the top of the die, and it
Oh, I mean, it
works
definitely
pretty well.
gives the effect. Plus, maybe the room is brighter or the environment's brighter.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't really bleed.
Yeah, if we painted him like he's outdoors, then that orange would stay very close. The nice thing about the die is it's shadowed by his torso, so it allows us to do that. So now you're thinking. Okay, so we need to think about how we want to highlight the carapace armor. And I'm going to start with faded green and see how we like it.
Oh, I love
Such a
faded
good
green.
color.
Oh,
But one thing I want to do is I want to take, since we have
we were both.
these big open areas, I want to take...
We were both
you guys threw me because they both went, oh.
Oh, I love faded
Faded
Like
green.
I think Chris and Gabe just had a moment, and it's a little
dude.
awkward around here right
Faded
now.
green on this, I already know is
faded
gonna
green.
look so
Faded green is
Well, it's going to
good.
change the way the whole thing looks,
I
because
know.
right now you have that warm green with the yellow green around the edges. The
Yeah.
faded green is going to cool that back off and change the way the armor appears at all.
So good.
So the first thing I want to do,
Hold on to your butts.
is take a little bit of the black brown.
Okay.
Right. And normally we might do this with a sponge, but I'm just going to, do some.
Oh, Gandalf. You're scritching
Some
and scratching.
scritches. So I will just flatten the brush out and then just kind of rotate it around and smack it on the armor here. Maybe do some bigger scratches and such. The goal here is to use a color that is dark enough to stand apart from your base tones, but avoid black if you can, only because black sometimes is too much contrast and will look a little garish, look a little funky. And you just want to stipple some scritchies.
Very cool.
Like I said, maybe a couple of scratches or something. You could do like a line on one and then maybe come in with an X scratch that goes down.
Wad says, are the faded colors made by making them normal colors, then just leaving them in a display window for a while?
No. Good try, though.
That process would be very tedious.
He definitely have some dings on his butt.
Have you guys measured the light fastness of your paints?
The best you can get. All of our acrylics are the best light fastness you're going to find in resin, pigment, the whole nine. You don't have to worry about UV intrusion or anything like that like you do with oils or any of the other paints out on the market.
Kara says, not surprised, just curious.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big deal for us. Even though I don't expect that, you're going to leave your models out on the windowsill forever. That's not really what we're talking about. Even light intrusion, UV intrusion from like fluorescent lights or interior lighting over time. We just always want to make sure that your paint job is going to look the same as it does long term. Now, the fluorescents are different. I will be very honest with you. Fluorescent paints have a tendency to degrade over time because of the actual chemical reaction that happens during fluorescing. It breaks down over time. So you have to be a little concerned with that. If you're painting heavily with fluorescents, they will dim and kind of lose their vibrancy over time. That's just the nature of the beast. There's no way to stop that. But other than that, yeah, 100%. You're solid with Pro-Acryl. Never an issue.
Willow says, love the lighting effect on that dice.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's super simple yet super
You're not trying to
effective.
break the bank with effort. We're just trying to get in and do small things that create big look. I'm always talking about value, and I'll say like that was a very cheap effect to pull off. And what I mean by that most times is that cheap in terms of it didn't take me a lot of brain power to figure it out and to make it work. A lot of it when you're doing OSL is color choice, right? So you can see like on my hand, right, the glow of the yellow to the orange, and you can kind of get the feel there. But here, even though we're kind of this saturated orange and yellow on the knife, the glow is going to be this desaturated version of those colors blended together. and that gives it kind of a soft, like hot coal glow as opposed to like fiery torch glow. And for things like this, I feel like that works a lot better.
Oh, good to know, Jason. Is that only on the model or in the bottle of the fluorescent paint? I use a lot for my MCP models.
That's all of the fluorescents. And any that you'll buy, really. It's just the nature of the beast with fluorescent paints from all brands and all types and all that. It's just fluorescents themselves. They will tend to turn a little dusty looking over time. Now, we're talking tens of years. It's not like going to happen next year. When people ask about light fastness, this is the kind of thing that's like, if I paint my house with this color 10 years from now, is it going to look like the same color or is it going to be a faded version of it? And with our paints, your model will look, as saturated as it did day one, 10, 15, 20 years from now, longer. The fluorescence will start to fade over that same kind of time frame. So
it's called Zynvaded, and here is the link. If you make a purchase with them, make sure in the delivery notes to add that we sent you.
Only through the end of the week, so they have put a time limit on it, but they have been very gracious, and we really appreciate they didn't have to do that. We have no skin in this game, but I really like supporting independent game makers and things like that. And the Zynvaded team didn't have any idea we were going to do this. It was just something fun that I had learned about the game, and I've been enjoying it. The idea of it, the models, the narrative, and things like that has been really cool. So here we are painting it. I hope that you guys, if you try it out, enjoy it. But they have been gracious enough to give us a little bit of a bonus, because if you order with our code, or with that code, it's not our code, but with that code, they throw in an extra model or two. I think they said they can get a free model. Is that right?
Yep.
Which is awesome. I really like the red oxide under the green. It's like become my favorite way to paint camo green, is to have some red oxide on the shadows.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Too good. I don't want to go too overboard with this, because you can over nerglify even the simplest thing. So just a little bit goes a long way, as you'll see when we start highlighting all of this. But
is there anything recommended to start playing this game? I would recommend getting their 2-player start set, and that is literally everything you need.
It is. Like, the 2-player starter set comes with 6 models, objective markers, pencils, record sheets, rules, scenarios. It's a tape measure. It has everything you need. It's pretty incredible. So that's all you need. Boom, you're done.
And Matthias, this is red oxide primer.
What is?
Underneath is what you use for this one, red oxide.
Oh yeah, red oxide primer underneath the greens. I'm doing black brown right now.
Yeah, sorry, he was asking, is it just regular pro acryl red oxide or the primer? But yeah, it's the primer. Yep, and it comes in a Chinese takeout box.
Yeah, it does. It comes in a Chinese takeout box. It's a lot of fun. All right, let's do some highlighting. Faded green to the rescue. Ta-da!
Faded green. Girl Painting says, when I do battle damage, I always start with the bright color, then paint in the tiny dark scratches. It's way easier than trying to highlight the super tiny dots.
If that's what works for you, go for it.
You like doing it the other way.
Yeah. 100%. When you watch people that do tanks and stuff, they'll do the light because they want the oxidized edge.
Yeah.
Typically, I will go in and highlight edges first. I knew I wasn't doing a whole lot of edging here where I was breaking up the edge. So, a lot of times you'll go through and do the edge highlight first in bright and then go and chip back underneath that edge highlight. That works really well. But yeah, I typically do it this way. it's really simple to be able to hit close to the spot, and that way you get a direction of light on them too, which you don't get when you do it the other way without a lot of extra effort, because you can highlight to the right or left of all of your chips and keep your lighting direction looking right.
What's the difference? The primer paints and the normal PA? That's just one of our primer colors is red oxide, and then we have another color called red oxide. But
the primers use a different resin though.
Mm-hmm.
So the primers are a polyurethane resin. The normal paints are not. That is to give it more strength. It's a heavier resin with a different level of adhesion and overall strength for that base coat when you need it to grab onto the model as your starting point, because plastics and resins and stuff don't really want to just grab paint. They're slick, and the paint sometimes feels like it wants to come off. So
5-star says, you ever sit a work in progress aside for a while and come back to a dusty mini?
100%.
That's kind of the name of the game.
Yeah, 100%. There's lots of times where I'll pick it up and then it'll come back dusty and I'll have to use the airbrush to kind of blow the dust off of it. You just go for it.
Danger Boy's asking, can you show us how much you took off the brush after loading it up? We like smooth, sharp lines you get.
Yeah. So, I typically am like this, so you can see the droplet of paint on there.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be too much, because if I hit the model, it's going to make a blob. So that's why you'll see me come over here, and I just pull. How I know it's right is when I'm seeing on my thumb the ability to pull a nice thin line. And when I feel like I can pull that thin line without any problem, then I'm ready to go, and I'll come back over to the model, get my nice knife edge point here, and then just kind of lightly do my edges.
I'm currently in the test mini phase for finding the perfect color mix for a Raptor Space Marines paint scheme. Nice. The red-brown in the shadows works quite well.
I was going to say, I think we got it for you. This might be a little bit too yellowish green for you for what you want to do with Raptors. They typically, I feel like, want to be maybe a little bit more
green,
like typical World War II drab green. But right, so here I'm going in and just highlighting some of my scritches. You don't have to do all of these. You just want to do a smattering of highlighting. Doesn't have to be right on the scritch either. The person was asking before, you can just kind of come in and do little deets and doots close to some of the bigger areas where you have bigger scritches on here. But it gives us a really good look. And like I said, you don't do it everywhere. You leave some of them that are just black-brown. You leave some of them like down here. Maybe I want to grab that just to pull out that little scratch. And then I can come around and hit a couple of them where I have these multiple little doots. And just kind of, as I know the brush is getting low on paint, then I can get more aggressive and I can come and press a little harder.
That looks great.
Yeah, it is a really easy way to give yourself the ability to do some neat weathering. This one already had like these crazy cracks on the carapace down here.
Yeah.
So
that was built in.
Yeah, all that cracking is on the model.
Okay, I forgot about
right,
that.
like this is all crushed on the model.
Nice.
So for me, it was just like, okay, well, let's just make him banged up. He's seen some stuff.
Yeah.
So notice for me, I'm staying on the light coming from our left. So I'm highlighting the right side of all these chips. right and lower, because you're going to have the...
I can really zoom in on this one. Look at that. I'm very, very close. Yeah.
Now we get really good three-dimensional chips, and like we were saying before, this is just a easier way to maintain that good three-dimension.
Yeah, it looks great.
Feel, so it's not just, you know, the side of the tank with a continual scrape on it or something.
Gabe,
What's up?
are you eating what I think you're eating
Noggies?
from the pantry?
Yeah.
He's gonna die.
Those have been in there for a long time.
Yeah, best before December 4th, 2026.
Really?
Yeah.
I take it all back. Well,
I always look at the expiration date on that stuff.
I feel like those were not in date. I didn't realize there was food in there. So I'm like, oh, you took it. That's fine. Hey, do you, man.
Very happy with that. That looks good.
That looks great. I go through tons of test minis. Usually my Death Card army, for example, has over 70 minis and still have not found the color scheme. Yeah, but you say yes, good work. Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's tough. Like, I guess a lot of people actually ask about color schemes.
Sure.
You know, like how
It's
how
the
you
biggest
pick.
point of paralysis for most painters. They will leave entire armies undone, built, gray, or primed, because they can't zoom in and get resolution or focus on a color scheme that really fits. And I think a lot of times I want to reach out and give people a hug and say, it doesn't matter if it looks exactly like what you've seen that you like. Get close.
Yeah.
Right? No good color scheme ever came from worrying about it. That's what I'll tell you.
Interesting.
Every good color scheme came from putting paint on the model.
What?
I told you.
You just put paint on the model?
That's the only thing you got to do.
No, Jason.
Only thing you got to do, Chris.
It's way more complicated than that.
Put paint on the model. It's not that complicated. You know, and so when you pick a color, let's say you wanted to do a model with orange armor, or somebody who's mentioned the Raptors, right? And so you got this green, and you can't get to a point where you feel comfortable with the choice of green that you're going to do and all that. It's like, okay, I get it, right? That can be a bummer. But just put green on the model. And if the green is not right, like this may not be the green you want. It may be a too yellow for you. So if you follow the step-by-step that I've done here, and you're like, crap, you know, it's not quite the green I wanted. The nice thing is that with all the other things that I teach you, like filtering, I can filter and get rid of this yellow, right? I could filter this faded green over the top of all this that I've done here on this, and you can see how this faded green is taking a little bit of the yellow edge away just by putting it on these very thin areas, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just a more neutral lean towards almost a bluish green as opposed to the yellow part. And so this cools it all off. And if you do this heavier, then you lose even more of the feel of the yellow. So once you start getting used to how colors interact, and if it isn't to your liking, it's never a problem, change it, right? And it doesn't mean you have to paint it over again. A lot of people are like, yeah, but I don't want to paint the model twice. Neither do I, man. Trust me, I'm lazy. I don't want to paint any model twice. But I do know that I can put a filter of black over any color and knock it down to a point to where I will like it, or it'll give me a good kind of start over point. So I'm just always kind of unafraid. I know that no matter what we put on this model, you know, even with things like the OSL on the die, if it turns out I don't like that color, then we can fix that. We can put white back over it and change that to a blue knife. So don't let, and it's easy for me to say don't let it. You know, I get it. I understand. But we always talk about don't let that analysis paralysis of your color scheme keep you from enjoying painting. And that's what I feel like a lot of people do, is they just let it get to them to the point where like, I just can't start.
Yeah. It is. You definitely. A lot of people definitely have that, so it's definitely good encouragement. I'm actually currently right now thinking about. I've put all my models up on this wall. Now I got a glass case. I've built a bunch of shelves, and now that I have them all up there, right? I'm looking at all of the things I've painted and considering just repriming everything.
Wow.
Just for the sake of it, like all my old AOS armies.
Okay, so like old models.
Yeah. Not my current ones, because like how I'm doing my War Machine, how I've done my current Gargants, like I've really enjoyed and have taken the time. And now I'm kind of reconsidering, like, oh, these Sylvaneth would be just cool models to paint. I should do this. I should just reprime them. But that's also a very large task.
Oh yeah, sure. Right, and you've already painted them. So
Yeah.
one of the things is like nobody wants to paint the same models again. But when you get
Yeah.
when you get a lot of new technique and a lot
I
of
know.
new understanding of painting, I think it's really fun to go back and
That's what I'm thinking.
hit them again.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're like, ooh, think of what I could have done to that model.
Exactly. That's exactly where I'm at. I'm like, oh shoot, I should.
I can put
definitely
some
be
light
doing
surface
this.
scratches that don't have to have the darkness anywhere near them, right? So we don't have to have the black brown. These are ones that didn't cut, all the way through.
Hmm.
So you
Oh,
can do some really cool
question.
things.
Girl Painting says, Monument Hobbies, if you had a happy paint stripper accident in your hobby room, what would be the first model you would repaint? Wow.
Happy paint stripper
Just
accident?
like, yeah, like if you were gonna, that was a funny way of saying, like, if you had to repaint one of your models, what would you do in your hobby room?
Like which one would it be?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't like that question. I hate painting the same model twice, right? It really bums me out. I don't like that idea.
Mine is Sylvaneth
Is there
Army.
one that I stopped? Where my brain goes, is there one that I was not happy with that I would be more than happy to have a problem with so that I could go start it over? Maybe it would give me my
Oh, yeah.
the
like
impetus
halfway through.
Yeah, like the impetus to go and redo it. That I'd have to think about. I don't know that I have any that I really
Mine's my whole Sylvaneth Army.
Okay, there you go.
Done.
Mine's my Cheeto Thirsters.
I think in a real way, I think you would have so much fun repainting those.
Absolutely.
Like with an airbrush and like getting
Yes.
really detailed. You should do that.
That's why I just deep clean my airbrush.
That'd be cool. I think
Nice.
it definitely would be cool.
I
It'd
need
probably get you pumped to put them on the table or get them done.
Yeah, the problem is though that all of those models were those are the first models I ever painted, the bloodletters.
Oh,
So
the
they're-
blood letters.
Well, no, the bloodthirsters, but if I paint the bloodthirsters really nice.
your blood letters are good.
No.
I guess I haven't seen them in a
No,
while, but they were
no,
pretty good for what they
no.
were.
They were good at the time when we were painting with Citadel paints. That was the very beginning
That's
of our
right.
hobby journey.
That was. We were very young.
Regret everything.
Look where we're at now.
All of the dogs I have were painted with Pro Acryl.
Oh,
and those
really?
look great.
Okay. The dogs did come out good.
But the blood letters,
really,
not so good. Well, because they all look glossy and plasticky, and I'm not a
Mm.
fan.
No, you're a human. That's a fan.
That is a fan. I'm a human.
Yeah, I get you. So if it happened to Jason, it's chuck the ruined model in a box and paint more. To Stan.
Generally, yes. I don't, like I said, it's a hard one for me because I just hate that, right? I hate the idea of getting to a point with a model where I just got to repaint it. It's happened, but usually it happens somewhere earlier in the process where I'm like, here on stream, I'll be like, you know what? I don't think I like the way that turned out, so we're going to change it. And we do, right? We just alter the color or something like that. Not that I like doing because it shows you how you can be unafraid and go and do that. But I really don't enjoy that. Now,
yeah.
but I'm tied up thinking in terms of what I'm doing right now. But
That's
let
okay.
me, like, if I just look around,
Yeah. If you had to choose. Oh, which is tough because
is the question if something were to happen to a model, and I was like, oh, that at least gives me a chance to repaint that. Is that the question?
Here's the question. I'm
Or
going to show you.
I'm glad it was this one.
The happy paint stripper accident in the hobby room. What would be the first model you would repaint?
Or is it that all of
Because
your
that
models...
also sounds like if there was a problem with all my models and they all had to be repainted, which one would I choose first?
That's what I think it is.
I don't know. You decide.
None of them. Screw those models. I start fresh.
Grill painting. Let
It's
us
hard
know.
when I have 800 models that are gray right now.
All models
to look at any
are
of these
gray.
and want to repaint any of them again.
All models are gray again.
See, that's the thing. I have so many other gray models that are not in this room that I don't know that any of these rank.
There's a lot.
Percival?
A tidal wave of paint stripper. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a horror story right there, right? So, I don't know. There are some models here that I love. I love my Guardian. You know, I love the Guardian diorama.
You also like the process.
Would I want to do it again? No. I would cry because I love it the way it is. It was a great model to paint. I had a lot of fun with it.
You love
I don't know
the
that I want
process.
to do it again.
I've taken that from Jason as, Jason really loves the process of painting too, right?
Yeah, my Zen is the do,
Right now.
not the product at the end.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Like the right now part.
Yeah. This model will never be as cool as it is right this minute.
Yeah.
You know, or while I'm painting it, right? That's just the way it works for me. Ooh. I don't care. It's not okay, so that's not true. It's not that I don't care about the finished product. Right, I love having finished models like the next guy.
Yeah.
Right? I love having a finished army. I love being able to look at the fruits of my labors and be able to, play with a finished army. All that stuff is rad.
Yeah.
But it's never the finished product that is the goal. The goal is sitting here and painting with my friends on the internet. 100% God's honest truth. That's why there's so many models that aren't done. Because I don't care about done. I care about looking at that model and go, you remember when we did that on stream, how rad that was? You remember popping the shoulder plate off of Sanguinius? That'll be a story forever. Do I care if I ever finish Sanguinius? No.
Well, you actually ended up redoing Sanguinius.
I did him again. Because I really did want to paint that model. And I like where he's at right now. Would I ever finish him? Sure. But do I care to finish him? No, it's not high on my priority list right now, right? My Blood Angels aren't high on my priority list. You know, I've got a lot of things because I actually have a game I play. So on priorities, it's like, oh, I want to paint War Machine because I play War Machine. So let's get those painted first. The rest of them are stuff like this. Stuff that's like, this is just a cool model. And you see as he's coming together, this model, for as simple as it is, can be a really cool piece. It can be something that has like the glow on the die. It has some really neat stuff going on. You can see the difference between as we just spend a little bit of time on the weathering and the highlighting versus what you saw initially, right? The green looked cool, but look at what it is now. Now we're getting some highlight. Now we're bringing all of this together. It's starting to be a really bitchin' model. This process of showing you guys and sharing it and doing that is why I paint.
Yeah.
The finished model will go on the shelf, and I'll pull it down and talk to you about it when people ask me questions and stuff, but it doesn't really matter to me.
Kelthros, thank you so much for that gifted sub.
I would have to repaint Bilbo, because technically that's for my mom.
Bilbo.
And she needs her model, so I got to figure that one out.
Are you almost done with him, yeah? You're getting close.
He's so close. I got it. The problem with Bilbo is, I told my mom, is that I have to figure out how to attach him to a plinth, because I didn't really think in terms of saying, hey, Mom, I'm going to paint this for you. Right? And this is going to be a gift for you.
Okay.
I didn't think about his skinny ass legs. Like, this is a 3D resin print. Like, those, if I ship to Colorado, are going to bust. So I got to find a way to get him to my mom in a way that if I build the plinth, I need to have it to where he pins into the plinth securely enough that I can ship him in 2 pieces. So she gets the plinth, and then she gets Bilbo. And that might have to be 2 boxes because the plinth weighs a ton because it's a big chunk of wood. And it might swing around in the box and destroy Bilbo.
I didn't think about when you put this on the plinth, like how...
And then it makes it a leverage point that it breaks even easier because now his ankles aren't a weak spot when he's like this. But when he's secured to a plinth, his ankles are the weak spot he would break in shipping. So I have to figure out, like, how do I do this so that when my mom gets it, his feet plant firmly on the plinth so he's stable. So she can just put him in the holes, and he looks good and will be sturdy for her, so she doesn't have to like super glue it and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's tough.
You know, so that's the part that's got me bogged down. And I know it's bummed my mom out, but I get analytic paralysis because I'm like, I can't stand the thought of that model showing up and being busted. My mom would say, no, it's fine. And it wouldn't be fine. She would go, I would not be fine with it, so.
The irony is the gifted sub went to someone with my first name. So that's awesome. Girl Painting says, Monument, would you do the Miniatures Masters Paint Challenge, meaning doing the exact same challenge the painters from the Squigmar YouTube show follow?
I haven't paid any attention to it. Only what my buddy Aaron has posted, so I don't know what all they've had to do. I don't like paint fast challenges. I think they're inconsequential and useless, so I probably wouldn't be interested in it if any of it's been that.
Mo says, go visit your mom and take it with you.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would be the perfect thing, right?
Yes.
Mo, I do happen to run a sizable business. It's very difficult to just break away.
Jason, we did find out today
that Chris will spend all of the revenue.
So this would be perfect.
Chris will spend all of the revenue if given the chance.
No, I wouldn't do that.
That's what we found out today, Chris.
No.
Like, legit, that's what we found out today.
Ah.
Your first thing was, here's a PO for $100,000 for a camera we'll never use.
Yes, we'll use it. If we had that camera, trust me, every single day.
Great. So now, not only
We'd
have
have
I
to
spent
figure
way
out
too
the
much money on a
storage.
camera that's useless to me, but now I've also lost Chris because he's going to be going on field trips with a camera we don't need every day.
No, you would be going with me. Jason paints literally everywhere all the time.
I feel that even chat understands where this whole plan is flawed.
I could connect chat via internet via hotspot to the camera, and it could just be live all the time. There are possibilities. I thought Jason forced the camera onto Chris. He kind of did.
That's the pan tilt head. and that was needed because he's always like, Cinder, get back in frame. And I'm like telling him, no, get your camera a pan tilt head. And he's like, oh, you won't like that cost. And so
true.
I freaking told him to buy it. He didn't buy it, so I bought it for him. End of story. I fixed it.
He fixed it.
I gave him the power. He was not worthy of the power.
I see.
And
Wow.
Yeah, he's burying
made me do it.
Not worthy.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm always trying to be budget efficient, and
yeah, with a $93,000 camera.
that's very efficient.
Yeah.
We'd be in a whole new class
It's an
of miniature
investment.
painting. That's right. Whole new class.
Tenfold. This is kind of a sidebar, but I've a new hobby set up at home. So
Nice.
I've been scouring a way to display / store my paints in
Yeah.
a really good way. So I've been using the Show Your Paint Setup channel in Discord
Yeah.
and been looking at all your nerdy
Oh, yeah,
paint
yeah.
There's some
setups.
really good setups in there. I peruse that every now and then and
Yeah.
blown away. A lot of people have got some really good paint setups.
Yeah, and as I was looking, there's a particular person, Grizzly7277, who has designed a paint holding system
Yeah.
Yep.
that's per bottle with
Yep.
nameplates on
It's
all of
really
them,
cool.
and they're all French cleat.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
like,
It's
bro,
It's fairly
these are
recent that
awesome.
was done. And he contacted me and said, can I post this up? I said, heck yeah, that's rad.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
So I've got Ryan test printing one for me to see if
Nice.
it'll work for my setup, and it's cool. You guys definitely should go check it out. It's a free download too, which is nuts.
Yeah, it's really neat.
It's really cool.
There's a link to our Discord. If you're not already a part of it, hit that link right there. That'll take you to the Discord, and you can check out all
We have
the
a great
channels we
community.
have.
Stuff like that. Like people like, I just did this in my spare time. Here,
Oh,
have
it's
it.
so cool. Yeah, the nameplates are awesome, and yeah, it's super rad. I love seeing everybody's paint setups. It really inspires me to do some stuff. It also really makes me want a 3D printer.
Oh, yeah.
To print
When you
that
start looking at
crap.
that kind of stuff,
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is so cool.
yeah. I've been really enjoying 3D
that's too much
printing.
water.
Yeah.
And having a bigger one, though, like to do terrain pieces and stuff would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, a big one to do big terrain pieces or pieces so that you could do it and, put it all together would be fun. Griggs, I don't know. You probably like it. A little bit of a learning curve to get some of them set up, but once they're set up, it's not too bad.
3D printing?
Yeah, once you kind of get the hang of it,
It's cool.
a lot of resources out there.
It's cool. It's a hobbyist hobby.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
It's a lot of moving parts and a lot of things to think about. And if you get one of them wrong, you're going to curse a lot.
Oh, yes.
It is very unforgiving, but when you get it right, it's rad.
It's cool.
It's super good. So that's the way I sell it to everybody. Maybe not the best salesmanship, but, you know, when it works, it's great. When it doesn't, it's the worst thing ever. It's like a dentist or a chiropractor. When you find a good one, best thing you've ever done. When you get a bad one, oh, God help you.
Yeah. Sugar Rush, there is too much work in 3D printing. It's not super efficient all the time. Meeple says, what about going to Pelican and buying a custom cut foam pad for Bilbo?
Well, yeah, but it still doesn't change the fact that even the custom cut foam pads don't take away all of the shear force of being in a box and being shipped.
Yeah,
they protect it from banging around and things like that. But if all of that shear force is on those ankles, he would show up in the exact foam spot he was with his ankles sheared off.
Yeah.
You can't stop physics with foam. Well, some probably could, but some physics will wait for you with the foam, but most of it you will hate it. This guy's rad. I really like this model. It's a lot of fun. It feels like painting a vehicle rather than a humanoid, even though it's definitely a humanoid, but it feels like these big open spaces. They are super rad because they didn't overburden it with a bunch of details it didn't need. It's just a really cool model.
Like a taco, says Creeks?
What?
Like a taco.
What's like a taco?
This guy.
Why is he like a taco?
Because you said it's a vehicle. Is what I'm assuming you're meaning here.
I will kill people.
We'll ban you.
You'll ban me?
No, I said we'll ban the people.
Oh. I thought you said you ban me.
No. You're already banned.
What?
What? How many more for a complete army, says Stan?
Two.
Just 2 models.
2. You
Three
get
models
three
total.
guys. So we have 3 guys. This is the sergeant. You have a heavy gunner, and so a heavy gunner, which is bigger.
Yeah.
A sergeant, a heavy, and a sniper. That's it.
Sweet.
3 models.
That's all it takes.
I can't imagine a more approachable game.
Oh, Stan says, so we'll finally see Jason finish an army.
I swear, I know where you people live.
Dang.
I will
Stan,
find
I see
you.
what you're doing there.
I have a special set of skills.
Stan likes to be a little bit, snippy.
Well, Jason, we were talking earlier that one of the great things about the Experience Center is that if you paint an army, you'll have to finish it for it to be used in the store.
Well, I didn't say that. I said I wanted them in the case.
I don't think Jason's going to paint anything for the store.
Yeah,
when it comes to using.
That's fair.
That's Jordan.
That's fair. But to display in the store.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, my armies
yeah.
will go in the case, so
I
it
hope
will
so.
it will be a good incentive for me to want to finish things that would be cool to look at in the cases.
Chris, it's after
But don't get
hours
ahead of
now.
yourself.
Oh, Stan, you are correct. Technically and legally, I can say whatever I want.
It's not how that works.
It's 4:35 p.m.
It's not how that works. I don't care who you are. That's not how that works.
After hours. Did you know that a hot dog with wheels is a vehicle? Isaac Schaefer, great after hours question. But you're also...
He only says that because he wants the after hours thing to stay true, but he is so wanting to ban you right now.
Oh, I'll ban you. You're already banned. But then I brought you back. See how fast that goes? Ban, off, on. Like Dwight Shun. Shun on, shut off.
Unshunned.
Unshunned. Bilbo, greatest little hobbit of them all. Thank you, Ghost Bev, for typing that out in full force. You'd know I'd do it. That's the whole point. I wonder if there's 20 people who have said that publicly, like to themselves out in the world, like saying that song.
That's probably while they're
Publicly
painting.
to themselves?
Yeah, like out in the public.
What does that even mean?
So they're out in the public and they're singing to themselves, Bilbo, bravest little hobbit of them all.
I'm sure.
Oh, 1,000%.
It's like stuck in our heads every time you do it. It's horrible.
Bilbo, Bilbo. It's such a good song, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, Gabe. I don't know that I buy that storyline.
Don't you dare mute me.
Gabe's muted for saying that. He's done. After hours.
Unshunned.
I don't know how that works, Stan. If I ban you and you're a sub. I don't know how that works.
Let's not test it. Let's be nice to people, Chris. That would be a good thing.
Don't
Turn a
you
new
dare
leaf.
say a hot dog or a taco is a vehicle and then put a link, because I will ban you.
That's
Don't
crazy.
don't
That's
test
crazy
me.
energy.
That is literally in our rules. We don't do links. I always give you a verbal warning, but if you keep linking, I keep schlinking.
Schlinken.
You heard me.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Don't
You hear
find
that-
out though.
You hear that Tony took with me?
That's right. I have to. I gotta be serious business when it comes to links. But you know what, Jason?
I know a couple of what's, a who, a why,
Check
and a
this
thing or
out.
two.
Hit all these links right here
And a mo.
if you're curious.
If you're link curious.
Hit that right there. See all the stuff that's going on and what we have to offer at any given moment of time. I had to go listen to a full song because the Bilbo
Ha!
bit was
Right.
looping in my head at the
Right.
point of insanity.
Right? I
Good.
hear you. I feel your pain. Welcome to my world.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Blink twice.
What if I give you
Nobody
a link
comes
that
to
says a
help.
taco is not a vehicle? Sugar Rush? It's a dangerous game, but I agree with you. It's 50-50 kind of a thing.
It's not even 50-50.
Oh, Danger Boy says, speaking of links, y'all streaming on LinkedIn yet? TBD.
I don't know why I put up with this. 10 years I've built this for you people.
10 years?
For 10 years I've built this amazing place for you, and all you do is mock me.
Cydia says, hashtag still waiting. Perfect. You might have to wait a little longer on that one. No, there's no date yet to be decided for LinkedIn. I don't know if their servers can handle our live support. These guys are paying for 10 hours a week? We only expect people to go live for 30 seconds here on LinkedIn.
Yeah, LinkedIn's bandwidth bill is like,
They're like,
wait
whoa!
wait a minute.
Phoenix, Arizona is really popping off. Stan, you're really trying to poke the bear today. You and your sassiness. Yes, we are in the after hours part of the stream. For all of you who are new around here, we don't typically go this late, but we're trying to encourage Jason to finish this model. Is what
Is that what this is? Is encouragement for me to finish a model?
I believe that's what Stan is about to say. What color with a U is this currently, Jason?
Who's asking?
Ghost Bev.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Faded green.
Yeah, this is faded green.
Who is asking? That was a loaded question. Who is asking? Encouragement is a nice way of saying holding hostage, says Beef Berkey. Jason's here on his own free will.
I am. I like this stuff. Who knew?
Chris hates being after hours. The Outlook meeting already ended. I don't know what that means. The Outlook meeting?
Outlook is Microsoft's Google Calendar.
We don't do that.
Oh.
We don't do that around here.
Yeah.
We don't do that
was
Microsoft
like-
crap around here.
Did Jason blink twice? No, he's fine. Girl painting. The way you're putting these questions is very interesting. I'm gonna have Jason read this one.
Good news. Your strange aunt Euphemia has passed away and move the mouse, please. And in her will, she said, if you want to inherit her unfathomable fortune, you have to run a successful food truck. What will you sell in your food truck? Hear me out, chat.
Oh my gosh.
Great.
No, what have you done? Oh no.
Hear me out, chat.
There you go.
Food truck pulls up to wherever you're at, and you're hungry, right? You're hungry. Food truck pulls up. On that food truck, huge sign. Huge sign. What does that sign say, chat? Everybody tell me. Chat, speak it up. Speak it loud. Slick Willie's Fettuccine. Cheesecake steaks and breakfast sushi. There you go. It's done. Done. Fortune is mine. Unfathomable fortune. This guy. Win. Win. Just pure win. There's not even a choice. There's not even a choice. As a matter of fact, when we open up the experience center here, the kitchen, Slick Willie's. You're not ready. You're not ready.
I'm so
Look at these
excited.
eyes. Tell me if I'm lying. You're not ready.
I'm so excited for a Slick Willie's restaurant sign.
It's fettuccine. Fettu. None of you seem to be able to spell correctly. It's fettuccine, like fettuccine, but fettuccine. Not feta as the cheese. There is a feta fettuccine.
So
I want the
we'll have-
record to show when
Cheesecake
Jason does
steaks.
this bit, I should receive no harsh, demeaning bits.
So cheesecake steak, breakfast sushi, feta chili,
There's also cheesecake steak.
cheesecake steak,
Girl
and
painting.
cheese,
What is breakfast sushi? Great question.
cheese steak cake.
I'm not giving you the recipe until it's there. It's got to be there. Got to come in. But it's great. Let's just leave it. Girl painting. It's great. It's great. Is this water? Yes.
No, it's straight vodka.
Ooh.
That
Can you imagine?
There is no water.
I
in
don't
this
drink,
building.
so if this was straight vodka, I'd be passed out on the floor right
there's
now.
literally
or throwing up in the trash can.
This right here is just straight Everclear. There's nothing like you could.
He does drink, and he
Bas-
might be telling the truth right now. I do not
basically-
drink. That's how you know it's not.
Candle lighter fluid from Costco.
Handle lighter fluid.
That's pretty much it.
Could you get a milk steak? Sure. Sure. Hail hydrate. Is that Arizona tap? This is good old Kirkland water.
No free pub, Jason. No.
Whenever I'm having a long and thirsty paint session, and it feels like the world might just end if I don't get that perfect hydration, I grab a bottle of Kirkland. Kirkland, fresh spring water direct from God's own throne.
Nice.
Pay me. Pay me. I have a SAG card. Pay me. Pay me. The recipe needs more olive flesh.
I would agree.
Orestes says, Jason strikes me as someone who likes a sloppy steak. What is a sloppy steak? I like a really good steak.
It's what my wife gave me last night.
What? Does that even mean?
Chris is fired. Anybody want to be a producer?
Just bring him down to a D plus producer.
Bring him down?
Down.
He was C- already.
I'm familiar with D+.
Yeah, D plus.
You don't get a plus on a D. It's just a D.
No, I've got a D+.
Would y'all make the paint for Kirkland if they approached you? Like if Kirkland got into hobby paints?
We'll slap the Costco brand on there. The best white labeled paint on the market.
Can you imagine if it was Costco hobby paints?
No, but here's the shtick.
Kirkland.
It's not $5 a bottle. It's $4.90
Yeah.
a bottle
You're buying 6 mega sets.
for the cost of 5 mega sets.
Yeah. You are going to have entirely
Buy 5
too
mega
much.
sets. Get 1 mega set free.
Stan says he'll take the producer job for one day. That way my appreciation for Chris will return.
Yeah, it comes in 5-gallon buckets.
That's hilarious.
It is after hours, Chris. There's no leash on this one. He is still at work. Like, he has to work till 6.
Yeah.
So there is no after hours.
Anymore.
It's still on the clock.
But this is the after hours portion of stream. That doesn't mean I am relinquish of duty. I'm just giving a portion of this stream to the silly willies, if you will.
Silly willies, huh?
Bridget says, does that mean we'll get a taste test the paint at a sample station at Costco? Great idea.
One can only hope.
How much do you think we'd have to pay Costco to go pay for a sample station? But
At
not
Costco for like a painting station?
Could you imagine?
You know they don't sell anything in the store that goes with our painting.
I know.
Except for like cellophane.
I'm just saying it would be freaking hilarious. That would be an amazing commercial if we got you at a Costco and a sample station. Just painting models and showing people how to paint at Costco. That would be amazing.
That would be
Come here, little boy.
Hey, check it out. You want to learn how to paint models? Go to our website.
Just at Costco.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
I get my energy drinks at Costco, and sometimes they'll have a rep there.
Yeah.
And I figured out that if you buy a case in front of them, like you take a case from where they're standing near them, because I usually get 2 of them, so I don't have to go to Costco super often.
Oh.
And they always give me 1 or 2 for free if they're watching me. So I make sure that they're watching.
Well.
Yeah.
Looks like I need to shop.
Looks like I gotta
Frigid
grab
says,
2.
I have good ideas. Frigid, that was a good one. I think that's hilarious. I'm stealing it. I don't think we can get Costco to do this. So, there you go. Unless they were like a super nerd, like the general store manager was like a super nerd.
This is literally why I don't pay attention to these people.
Jason, you know that's a good idea. After stream, he's going to go, Chris, that was the best idea you've ever had. Yum, 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 yum.
Literally not going to happen.
And then he skips away.
Do.
Okay. Shadowcast has a question. How to put this? Okay. I'm struggling with applying the highlights, not the blending, but where exactly to place them and how big or how small they should be. Any tips? Placing highlights.
So the model is necessity in this conversation. I can't really answer a question like that until I see the model.
I get you.
Right. The where and how big to make highlights is a function of your own vision of the lighting that you want to have in there. You know, you can watch the model that I'm painting here and you can see that my highlights are not, well, on the metal, they're more high contrast, right? And then on the carapace and everything where the armor is a little dirtier and all that, they're a little lower saturation on the green. So there's this imbalance, I guess you would call it, of how I'm applying paint that determines material. We talk about that a lot. So there's a huge question at play here.
Yeah.
And it's a good question because highlights hang people up a lot. Like, how do you get the highlights? That looks really cool, that eyeball.
Yeah, it does. Blade?
It's crazy. It's like an insectoid lens on his eye.
Blade guard is what Shadowcast said.
Well, yeah, you can tell me the model. I'm not going to be able to help you until I see your color scheme and stuff, right?
Yeah.
With a particular help. Now, what I can tell you is that, again, when we talk about highlighting, zenithal and those types of techniques can really, really help you understand the placement of light. Where you put it, I always start thin. I always start with thin edge highlights and then work my highlights bigger as I need to. Like if I want this carapace shell on his back to be brighter up where this yellow green is on this corner, then I would take the faded green and I would start glazing it into this area right here. It's not really a corner because it's a circle, but I would glaze it into that arc up here where I have my brightness pulled anyway, right? I'm darker down here and I'm brighter up here. So I'm looking towards my light source, which is here, right? and I'm pulling all my bright colors that way. And then every new color that I put on, I just do a thin area, and then I see, is that enough? Because I really like this green with just the edge highlighted and not glazing a lot of highlights on, letting the yellow green be the mid-tone highlight that it wants to be and not over brightening that, so that the steel bits show up and become brighter. Like that steel bit on his helmet shows up and it has much more reflective quality than the greens around it. So I might do that, right? But that's just going to be my choice per model, per color, and the thinking that I do. I repeat it, and I start with a smaller highlight normally, and then I broaden that highlight out until I get the brightness that I want on the model. So that's the thing I can tell you that you can take to any model you're doing. And hopefully that helps guide you a little bit. But remember that like a zenithal is always your best bet, because it gives you the ability to take a look at the model for all of its shapes and understand where the highlights need to fall and where shadows will be and such. It works great.
Jason, I got a really good question here. Which Monument Hobbies paint colors would work best on a Costco hot dog in place of mustard and ketchup? Warm yellow.
So the fact that he said he had a great question worries me greatly.
Warm yellow, burnt orange, or red oxide?
Burnt orange?
Yeah.
What the hell would burnt
No,
orange
like
be?
I'm sorry, a mixture of burnt orange and red oxide.
What?
The hell would that be?
For what?
For ketchup? Like, so if you take burnt orange and red oxide and you
What
mix them
ketchup are
together,
you eating?
I think that's what it'd be. I don't think it's going to be like ruby red, right? So I didn't say bullpyrrole. So I'm really trying to think about this one. Burnt orange, red oxide mixed together would be a good ketchup color. Like an organic ketchup.
Maybe?
Prove me wrong.
You're lucky Jen's not here.
Oh no, she's always here. Don't eat the paint.
Oh, now he says it.
Yeah, that was a test. And we all failed.
I passed. What are you talking about?
That was good. Our emergency preparedness is working. Now, what color are you going to make these eyes, Jason?
Red.
Like glowy red?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Well, I haven't done any red on anything else. I was thinking red for the lenses on his eyes and for the like
Really?
infrared on the gun. He's got like 2 scope lenses.
It really
thing
makes
here.
this model into a whole new thing when you did this.
Yeah.
It's going to
That
be cool.
contrast has been hard to see because the sculpt, doesn't really show it off very well in the darkness of the Payne's gray that I put on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, these like fly eyes are really bitching. Great design.
Thinking more burnt red. That's kind of what I was thinking.
For
Nickel.
these?
No, for the ketchup. Nickel azo yellow for the mustard. No.
So if there's one color
If
we
there's
don't eat,
one color, that's what I was just. Do not do that at all ever. Just don't eat the paint.
the nickel in the name is not a lie. It has a warning label on it. Do not ingest.
Do not do this. You say that as if I drag my brush across my tongue. Where's my... We don't condone licking brushes here.
Horrible heathens.
Use your paint water cup.
For those of you that were born in a barn,
Dapper Walkie says, I've been you the expert acrylic tubes as mustards to great effect. You've been using them to great effect is what you probably meant to say, and you shouldn't do that. No more of this eating paint in this court. You shall not do that. I legally have to say that. Don't consume any of our products.
we don't make anything edible yet.
What is that supposed to mean?
You say that as if, yeah, Michael Holtz, if you're licking your brushes, man,
We can't help you.
No, we can help you. It's just you're not going to like the help.
It's an intervention.
Like a Clockwork Orange kind of a thing.
Yes.
Ah, wow! I tried brush licking once. It grossed me out. Kelthrow says, yeah?
Good.
Yeah, I wouldn't. We don't condone that. Jason, I've seen Gabe do it many times, though.
That's false.
That's false.
That's a lie.
That's somebody in denial. They would say that if they're in denial. It's the first thing they would say. Denial's the first stage.
What they would say is that they're in
denial.
denial.
In the river?
In the river.
I'm in denial.
For a quick moment,
silly.
I was going to say something else, and I was really scared that I was going to say the wrong continent.
Okay.
Because for a moment my brain couldn't remember where the Amazon was versus the Nile. And that would have been
it's in Antarctica, right?
And that would have been terrible.
That would have been awesome. What I heard from Chris is instead of licking your brush, we should be licking our paint water, says Spaznat. Gross. Don't consume anything that affects or has been touched by our paint. Gross. We don't do that here. Right, Jason?
Yuck.
I'm painting.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
I'm painting and drinking vodka.
Whoa.
It's out. Sindhu rating. Perfect timing. Welcome in, Raiders. We're having fun here in the after hours portion of the stream. Welcome in. We're Monument Hobbies. I'm Christopher, and that's Jason.
Hi.
Gabe is off to his stage left. Yes.
Hi.
He's
I'm
off
off the
screen.
stage.
We are Monument Hobbies. We make all of these beautiful, wonderful Pro Acryl paints that you see Jason using. And he's pulling out the Flow Red. I haven't seen Jason use this red in a while. This is fun. I actually want to go over to the paint cam for a second, see how you're thinning this.
Just water on my brush. Same as always.
There you go. And you're just dotting all of these. Look at that. Fun, fun, fun. That's great. I mean, if you're, into that kind of thing.
I literally think everybody that's here is into this kind of thing.
I think that is a very accurate statement. I'm going to zoom in one more. Let's see if I can really get in on these eyeballs. Oh, yeah. That looks good. That's fun. Mo says he's painting and drinking vodka, and he's all out of vodka. That's fun. That really makes this model a whole new, world,
Whole new ball of wax.
A whole new world. No free pub. Looking good. Splinter Cell. Gross. That's funny. I like this. This is looking cool. I like fluoro red. I like myself some fluorescent red. Yellow. Our fluorescent yellow is one of my favorite colors, actually. Looks great. Haley says, that looks dope. Oh my gosh, he's just going for it. Look at this guy go. Pulling out the fluoro purple? What else do we do everything around here?
Ah, it's on my finger. It's on my finger. Get it off. I don't want to die.
It's on your finger, but your thumb is wild.
Oh, hey, whoa, shoosh, shoosh. Shoosh.
Oh, let me back out just one. Oh, two. There it is. Perfect. Careful, Chris. The mouse is very strict about copyright. That's why I only sang 3 words. Or 4. Oh, that's cool, Jason. I dig it. Super cool.
Super cool.
What are you doing next? Are you doing what I think you're doing? Oh my goodness, he's pulling out the green too. Oh,
Dang, he's crushing these lights.
look at those on the palette. Very fun colors right there on the palette.
They're fun.
Look at that. What a cool, fun model this has become, Jason.
We knew it was going to be cool and fun in the beginning.
I know that's true.
They got a neat
But
design.
I'm really liking these final little touches that you're doing. Really makes this story come to life. Fluorescent brown win, says Ghost Hunter.
I don't think you understand.
I don't think you
I
understand.
don't know if that is going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think you understand.
Cool. Oh my gosh. Dapper Walkie commented, Pro Acryl Taco Bell coming soon to fluorescent brown. Yikes. That is
Gross.
despicable.
Gross.
Now, what are you doing now? You're putting a little like reflection on them?
Yep.
Let me zoom in on this. I'll refocus. There you go. Hopefully you guys can see that.
Can you get it to focus a little better?
Yeah, 1 second. There we go. I'm going to zoom in just a touch. There it is.
The white is what makes the rest of the fluorescent red that went on the area in between the little bulbs now look like glow, right? So you notice how I put the red and I shoved it down in between each of the little globes on top of the Payne's gray. And now by putting a poke of shine on each of them, it makes all that look like the dull glow that the lamps are giving off.
That's cool. Definitely makes this guy come to life.
It's that simple. think on the eyes, I want to knock them back a bit. So I'm going to use a little bit of transparent orange. Quite a bit of water on my brush, just to thin the orange down to where when it goes over the white, it's like that. And it'll be in the vein of red. And now when we hit it, we don't care if we cover all the white, we just want to get most of it. But not the area in between the lamps or the sensors or whatever we want to call these things. Leave that just being fluorescent red. There we go. What you doing over there, Chris?
I'm responding. I discovered a hidden away food truck street here in Santa Ana. It smells like bacon with hints of boiled seafood. It's pretty awful, says Super Dupa. I'm also in the after hours. I'm just responding to a quick message. I'm also trying to work here really quick.
They got the orange on there. Go back with littler spots of white, not as heavy as I did before, so that we make sure we still give it a little bit of shine on the lenses. I'm trying to hit them all kind of upper right, but I'm not going to be great at that. The lenses themselves are not all perfect domes. Some of them are a little oblong in the way they are sculpted. So it's kind of best you can do here. There we go.
Yeah, it looks great. Looks wonderful. Have a spicy curry, then look down toilet. You'll see fluorescent brown. Gross, Stan. Gross.
There we go. Need to figure out what I'm going to do for
Animals.
basing, but that's pretty much a
What are you gonna do for basing?
a sergeant.
You just paint it all of it satin black.
Yeah, I could.
I love doing that recently with
It
certain
probably
minis.
is what we need to do because it doesn't have a lot of room for anything else, and it's intended to be like a tabletop or something
Yeah,
like
like
that.
be anywhere kind of a thing.
Yeah. I'm stoked. Great model. A lot of fun. We added a little bit of cool effects, you know, by keeping everything a little bit dimmed down. That glow on the die really works well as kind of just a dull, hot coal glow from the knife that's in it. Same thing on these. You know, you don't expect that these glow a ton, but if you pop in super close, you can see that the red in between them gives the feel that it is glowing out on the metal just a hair. And that works pretty well. And then nothing special here. You can do lenses and stuff like this with just getting a little bit of the fluorescent around the edge of the lens so it looks like it has a dull glow inside the socket, and then a punch of white as a highlight, and your lenses can be super, super fast to do. You can obviously spend more time on them and do darker offside on the arc on the bottom right or bottom left, the way we're looking at it, if you wanted to. So you can create all sorts of other effects here, but on a small model like this, I think this is enough. This is a good way to do it.
You get to base them. No, that's what we were just talking about, Stan. I think a black satin base would be dope on these.
We'll just do it real
actually.
quick. We'll just do black satin real quick.
Oh my gosh, is he gonna finish this model?
Right now?
This is it. He's basing it.
What? Green rim?
I will kill you.
I can't help you there, Gabe. I've tried.
I will kill you.
Now, green would be kind of cool.
I will kill you too.
I'll die. A green base.
Are these models resin?
Yes.
Yeah.
3D printed resin.
Okay.
Oh, I love me some satin black.
Nice.
Fun, 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 fun.
What are you gonna do for the ground?
Satin black. There's not really ground. I mean,
That's what we were just saying.
he's on
like,
a black laminate table.
Yeah, he's gonna like do an actual just straight up black one,
Cool.
which is great.
You know, the thing with these guys is you're not going to create like a fake grass environment because they're on your kitchen table. So you could do something fun like, you know, paint it with the tablecloth, you know, like the red and white check tablecloth could be the pattern, but you would have to do some time freehanding if you wanted to do
You
that.
could do some big like wood grain, like it was on a wood table.
Yeah, something like that. That puts it into scale, maybe.
Yeah.
That could be fun. The models themselves carry enough weight with their humor and styling that I think just, you know, black basing is fine. Not something I would normally do, but this is a different twist because these models are intended to be 1-to-1. You know, here we have a D6 on the thing.
Yeah, it almost like puts it into the the base into the void, like it doesn't matter because it's not like your table is the base.
Yeah. The immersion is different in a game like this that removes terrain from the environment, right? You're not supposed to really have. I mean, the terrain is the water bottle on the table, you know, the Kleenex box, the things that we used to use as kids for terrain because we didn't know anything about making terrain, you know, are now legit the terrain.
Yeah.
They're intended to be the thing that is on the table acting as terrain. And what would it be in the world? It would be literally a Kleenex box. I think that's one of the things that I love so much about this is that it gives such a great narrative to the simplicity of just using your household goods as terrain. Can't argue with that.
That's cool.
It'd be super fun to paint it like he's standing on an old board game, you know? Like take a snippet of like Candyland, you know, and
Totally
paint
flat there. So
Yeah, that would be cool. I would, I'm telling you, another project, my Horus Heresy army, that's all little mini green army men. It's coming. But then I put them on real size bases.
I like it.
I like it. How do you feel, Jason?
oh, I like it. It's a good model. Been a lot of fun.
That's a really cool model.
Heck yeah.
They're really neat. They're really neat. They're, you know, he kind of needs to be on the cork, but I hate the cork is distracting now that we have other colors on him.
He looks wonderful. I dig it. What game is this Jason going? What game is Jason going to paint tomorrow?
I don't have to. I was lucky enough to buy a completely painted Crucible Guard army that I'm going to play tomorrow night.
Oh, you're going to play that army tomorrow?
Dude, that army is rad. The guy that painted it is so... the models... there was a Crucible Guard army on the Facebook group that was for sale, and it was painted, and I was like, yeah, whatever. He had a ton of protocol in the background. If you're out there, congrats to you.
Yeah.
Because... I say congrats, bad word, but you know, kudos to you because it had protocol in the background, so that grabbed me first, and I was giving a thumbs up, but I was like, oh, I could use that would be a cool army to have, and you know, the models looked okay, they were fully painted, looked good. I went through the pictures and all, asked him how their build quality was. He goes, oh, they're really good. This has been my army for a long time. Yeah. So I bought them. He sent them. They came quick. Opened them up. all of them in perfect shape, no breaks. There was one of the what they call a railless, which is like a big tank train thing, and it had come disconnected from the base, fully painted base and all that. Just a resin base and a railless on it. So I need to glue it back to the base, but that's easy. Other than that, it was all in perfect shape. But holy hell, they are amazingly painted.
Yeah.
Like
cool.
really, 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 really good. I felt bad. I got a hell of a deal on the Army, and it is painted to a very high notch. Like it will just go in the case in the store.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like
I think
it's
they're
a
cool.
beautiful Army. So I was like, ooh, awesome. I don't really normally like playing with armies that other people painted because I like painting my own armies, but this one's one that I'll be proud to be like, oh yeah, I bought this. The guy's a great painter. It's awesome. So
Yeah.
but what game am I going to paint tomorrow? I don't know.
What are you feeling like painting?
Stan, yeah, I'll go share. I'll go join the Zynvaded Discord now that he's done. We'll take a photo and throw him up there. I'm really having fun. I don't know what we'll paint tomorrow. I didn't expect to get this guy done today. So
You were knocking. We kind of
we
went
might work
long.
on my skin and bones that I started on my day off, because I started painting this guy
Whoa,
on my day off.
Gabe didn't see that model.
that's cool.
And so I might start painting my my skin and bones. I left off where I was painting the
Is-
black Executioner's hood. So we'll do the Executioner's hood and the axes and stuff
Is
like
this
that.
a resin base?
No, they're resin bits.
Oh,
I bought a bunch of resin pumpkins. These
Yeah,
are the
yeah.
normal bases,
Oh,
but
okay,
I bought
got
a
it.
bunch of resin pumpkins and glued
Yeah.
them on there. They, I think Secret Weapon used to sell a bunch of them. But yeah, so I did all the underpainted skin on it. This guy was already painted. These models predate Procryl. These models were initially painted back with satiny Vallejo paints. Look at that. You can see the satin. You can see the difference between Procryl and everybody else because look at the shine
Yeah.
on all these other paints. Yeah. So I painted these in the pre-Procryl days on stream, and they have been sitting around since then, and they're a valid army again. So I'm gonna paint them up. So I've got my skin. This is a customized one where I sculpted the Executioner's hood and changed the blades to axes on him so that they weren't identical models. And then we had some fun with the Cage Raider that I showed off on stream where I took these are Dungeons and Dragons little fiery
Cauldrons.
barrels or something that I put on him as opposed to the normal cages that are on there
Hmm.
with like body parts in them and stuff. So some fun models that I mean, this is a model that I painted over, this is probably coming up on like 9 years ago, right? So never quite finished it, but it looks pretty good. And then a bunch of models in various states of disrepair. So we might paint some of that tomorrow. They're all on my desk here, so we'll see.
These are from War Machine, the ones that he just showed off, Dapperwalkie.
Yeah.
They're Grimkin.
This guy's from Zynvaded.
Yeah, go.
This has
just
been
so
a
that you
lot
all
of
know.
fun to paint. I am going to tell you that these models, if nothing else, if you just want some really good palette cleansing models, buy some of the Zynvaded models because the way they are sculpted, to give you an idea on the heavy, let's hold it up against a War Machine jack. Same size, right?
Yeah.
But look at all of the free space you have to do neat armor weathering and practicing stuff. This guy's got a bunch of really cool, like you can imagine, like beep beep buttons on his wrist thing and a big rotary cannon. And it's not trying to be overly detailed. It doesn't have so much crap on it that you feel like, oh my god, I'm never going to finish. We just got that guy knocked out because the detail is fresh, it's clean, open areas, the armor color. And then, now that we have this, this color scheme could be repeated across these guys very, very simply.
Yeah.
And you have a really good, war band. Like these guys will look great when there's 3 of them on there. This and then the sniper.
Yeah, it's cool.
They're great. A lot of fun. Would recommend. 10 out of 10 have had fun painting these, so I would definitely recommend.
If you
picking them
guys
up.
go over to their website right now, and you order something and you put in the delivery instructions that Monument Hobby sent you, they'll send you a free mini till the end of the week.
Yep. Yeah, so who knows? I might go ahead and prime up another one. Who knows? You just never know with me. I'm all over the place. I have a ton of models. We're never
have a
at a
couple.
loss. Never at a loss for models. So
You definitely have a couple around. That's for
I did just beep boop. A little bit of beep boop buttons.
beep boop, bing bong, boop boop beep boop.
Yeah, I was gonna say his fingers are enormous. I don't know how they'd ever press the little beep boop buttons, but hey, that's not my problem.
Oh, that's a good point.
Not my problem. And it's fun because they've got each of these factions. Well, there's 2 sets in the starter set. You got like the male and the female version of the heavy,
Yeah.
which is really fun because they're virtually the same. And then you've got the same, I think, male and female version of the other ones too, like the sniper And just it's fun that all of them are in different poses.
Yeah.
So you got 6 models and 6 poses, and you just get to pick. They're not like identifiable as to which are the good guys and bad guys. You just pick which ones you want to play, and throw them down, paint them up.
Ryan was saying it'd be cool to use his like 3D worms, like from his worms game in this game. They're the same size. It would be totally cool.
For what?
For like if he wanted to just play with you with another army.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could do the worms aesthetic, because the worms aesthetic is kind of the similar thing, like playing on terrain like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Worms 3D, that franchise, super cool.
So we did a lot today.
Yeah.
Right? We did some glowy eye bits, some glowy knife, some energy knife, and a die. We painted the die up. Got the glowy energy on there. Wound up doing the highlights and scritches and scratches on the armor and got that done. Went back and re-highlighted and worked on some of the metal real quick. So for a job that's done very fast, again, just showing you some techniques that you can throw at models that give you really good quality without having to worry about painting with 80 million colors. Nothing on here was done with more than 3 colors for any of the colors here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say the leather was, because it was dark umber, light umber, olive flesh, and then transparent brown. But for everything else, it's really just trying to show you how you can paint with 3 colors and still get really good depth on your model, still get a nice showing of color. And even take something that's kind of boring, like standard military green models, and add some flair to it with the red eyes and the glowy orange, and doing some Wish.com non-metallic metal to spruce it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing we talked about when painting the Army Man. Is you can add some details that really can refresh even the dumbest models on the planet. Like this guy's super sappy. When you get models that are really rad, then taking the same simplistic approach to color application can really turn it into something awesome. Because the model does more work for you when it's a good model than when it's a skinny plastic Army Man. All right, gang, that's it. We're
Nice.
Out. It's 5:23. You've had us for an hour and nearly a half longer than you should have.
Yep.
I don't know if you deserve it, but we do it anyway.
We do it for you, chat.
Everybody, thanks so much for hanging out, watching some paint dry with us. You know the drill. Chris has one link. One link. That's it. We made it easy. Click that one. It takes you in from that landing page on the Monument site. You can go everywhere. You can go to the Discord. You can go to all of our social pages. You can go straight to the store and shop. You can go to the EU and shop if you're overseas. Everything you need to jump off to is right there on that link page on monumenthobbies.com. Enjoy. Go hunting around. Go do some shopping. Buy some paint. Buy some brushes. Turn your gray stuff into amazing, awesome-looking models.
We
show you how easy it is. Go do it yourself. And thanks for hanging out and being friends of ours. Thanks for supporting the brand over all these years. It's been 10 years streaming. It's crazy to me. Thanks so much. Stick around. Chris is going to find us somebody else. Remember, if you're new around here, came through one of the raids or whatever, hit the follow or the sub button, depending on what platform you're watching. We stream on all of them every day, Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 p.m. Monument Standard Time here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep.
Love to see you back. Great hanging with you. Be back tomorrow with just myself and Jen. Frigid Phoenix might be around.
Nice.
He might be coming in. One of our locals might be coming in. And then we'll be fooling around with whatever we come up with tomorrow, talking nerd stuff, having a good time. And then ultimately going off to game night to kick Chris's ass at War Machine. That's what we're doing tomorrow.
My piggies.
Don't tell him, but don't let on. I want him to feel safe and secure, right? But it's coming. It's coming. It's a train day. The piggies are going to go on the train tomorrow.
I see.
So everybody, thanks for hanging out. Stick around. Chris is going to find us somebody to raid. Show love in the chat. Keep it running. We'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.